In Telangana, Pawan Kalyan, Prime Minister Modi on the same stage. BJP banks on Kalyan's youth and OBC appeal. Will Pawan Kalyan power BJP to victory? War raging for 1 month and counting. Israel says Gaza city split into two. Gaza reduced to ghost town. Jewish man succumbs to injuries in the US's California after he was hit in the head by pro-Palestine protester. People in the national capital region find it difficult to breathe. The air quality in the national capital continues to deteriorate. The AQI in several areas remains in the hazardous category. The average AQI in the national capital remains above 395. In Delhi's Jahangirpuri, the highest AQI has been recorded at 641, while in Noida, the AQI remained hazardous at 639. The AAP government in the national capital has brought back odd-even formula for vehicles in the national capital starting from November 13 to November 20. Along with that, the government has taken other measures like a complete ban on construction and no physical classes for class 6 to 11 students. Politics has erupted between AAP and BJP. AAP has slammed the centre for not taking action to control pollution in North India. On the other hand, the BJP has accused the AAP government of failing to control pollution in Delhi.
एक सनातन विरोधी पहले तो पटाखों के नाम पर आप ऑड इवन लगाकर दिवाली से ठीक पहले बंद करते हैं और जिसके पास एक गाड़ी है बेचारे के पास वो बहन से मिलने कैसे जाएगा, ससुराल कैसे जाएगा, अपने दोस्त के पास दिवाली पे कैसे जाएगा। आप सनातन संस्कृति पर चोट मारना चाहते हो। विदेशी खालिस्तानियों को सपोर्ट किया आपने किसानों के नाम पर, और जो भारत को कमज़ोर करने वाली ताकतें हैं सनातन संस्कृति को, उनके हाथों खेलकर दिवाली से पूर्व में ऑड इवन बंद करने देना, तो ये बेगैरत है केजरीवाल साहब की। और कहीं ना कहीं भारत के लोगों को ये चोट देने वाली बात है कि उसकी संस्कृति को मिटाने के लिए लोग पैदा हो गए हैं।
प्रदूषण जो आता है, इसके जो छोटे पार्टिकल हैं हमारी बॉडी में रिएक्शन प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, और छोटे पार्टिकल जो PM2.5 है खून की नलियों में एंटर कर जाते हैं। इसके हमारी खून की नलियों की लाइनिंग ख़राब हो जाती है, ब्लड प्रेशर बढ़ जाता है, कोलेस्ट्रॉल डिपॉजिट बढ़ जाता है, ब्लॉकेजेस बढ़ जाती हैं और हार्ट अटैक और स्ट्रोक का रिस्क काफ़ी बढ़ जाता है। शॉर्ट टर्म एक्सपोजर से भी और लॉन्ग टर्म एक्सपोजर, खास तौर से कोई मरीज हो जिनको की टेंडेंसी हो, जैसे हाइपरटेंशन हो, डायबिटीज़ हो, ओल्ड एज हो, पहले से स्ट्रोक की बीमारी हो या हार्ट की बीमारी हो, उनमें खास तौर से ये बड़ा रिस्क है प्रदूषण के मारे हार्ट अटैक और स्ट्रोक का।
My colleague Ashutosh Mishra is now joining me live from Connaught Place in New Delhi. Ashutosh, the AQI levels in several parts of Delhi continues to be in the hazardous category. What are the measures that the government is taking aside from imposing the odd-even formula, which many are not welcoming about?
Well, those who are critical to this odd-even formula, and of course they have their own reason, but for now all you see the haze around, not just Delhi, not just NCR, but perhaps across North India. And any effective measures that you take, particularly in Delhi, doesn't really work, because it's not just a blockade. You can erect a 200-foot wall and prevent the airs coming from all over this area. So because there is a lack of will and there is a lack of coordination between the NCR state, because similar measures what Delhi takes is not taken by Haryana, not taken by Punjab, not taken by Uttar Pradesh. So because of lack of coordination, and you heard the BJP questioning that how Arvind Kejriwal doing political tourism, Aam Aadmi Party raising that when it comes to Delhi you stake claim of union territory, you stake claim in the power, but when it comes to responsibility, the union minister and all leadership are holding political rallies. For now, the odd even measures that has been announced just is next to on Diwali, and the idea is that it will be peak of the pollution because there will be contribution of the the crackers, the smoke, despite the crackers ban in NCR. So that will at least cut down the carbon emission, the vehicular emission, because there are less number of vehicles. That will cut down at least that some amount of. It may not be that significant, but at least it will cut down some amount of carbon emission. Also, being festive season, there will be not really very much rush. And since so far there is no El Nino or any western disturbance approaching closer, so that will be topographically also will be very hazardous. Even at the moment that you see this thick layer of haze and smoke all around. In fact, yesterday by noon, the air quality index from severe went back to again the very poor. Even today, it continued to be way above 300 and 350 and multiple pockets, particularly in the bordering area. So grade 4 has been announced. There are sprinkling being done to control the dust and also the smoke in the open areas. Schools have been announced to work either online mode or primary schools have been shut down. So for now, because even Gurugram has announced similar measures, nothing we are hearing from Noida, Gautam Budh Nagar or Ghaziabad. So for now, different pocket, there are multiple different measures are being taken. And one key aspect is odd even idea. Of course, those are very critical. They believe there is not very much significant changes after. And of course, that's the same people who probably do not want to give up their car when it comes to traveling or using a public transport. But when there are less cars, there will be less traffic, there will be less carbon
so that
emission.
is of course the thinking as far as the AAP government is concerned in terms of imposing that odd even formula between November 13 to 20. My colleagues Anmol Bali and Shreya Chatterjee are also joining me live at the moment. Shreya, I'll come across to you. I see of course that you're wearing a mask at the moment. Clearly that is the grave situation on the ground. The air that we're breathing, clearly not something that we should be breathing. It's our jobs to be out there, but not something that anybody who's out there is liking at the moment.
Well, exactly. So, Paulami, most of the experts are suggesting that right now the situation in Delhi NCR is nothing less than smoking 25 to 30 cigarettes a day. So that's the level of hazardous air that we're right now breathing in. To give a sense to our viewers, what is the kind of the situation? You can see the Rashtrapati Bhavan behind me. It's barely visible. It's covered in thick smog. And this has been there for at least the past 1 week. Everyone's expecting that the weather condition will make this better. But clearly that alone can't be factored in, and our politicians who time and again suggest that they will be dealing with the situation despite so many policy changes, we haven't really seen any proper impact on the ground. The AQI continues to hover on the 400 category. That is already severe. There are things that have been initiated or even will be kicking in from the next week, but we only hope that the weather conditions improve soon so that people of Delhi NCR get some respite. If not, this is the kind of air we have to breathe at least for some time now.
Absolutely. Shreya, just stay on with us. Anmol Bali is also joining us live at the moment. Anmol is at the Mandi House right now. No different from where, in fact, Ashutosh and Shreya are. Anmol, the conditions continue to be extremely hazardous. It's unfortunate, of course, the politics that we're seeing play out, because the BJP now saying, given, of course, that this is the time of festivities, people would want to travel, go to their families, their relatives, etc., Diwali, to impose the odd even formula at this point of time. Clearly, the AAP government has no other solution up its sleeve, because this is what we're facing year on year.
Follow me. Amid rising pollution, a poster war has also started between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Bharatiya Janata Party. Yesterday, Aam Aadmi Party released a poster where Prime Minister Narendra Modi photo was mentioned with Vishkal, and mocking the Aam Aadmi Party. BJP has also launched the poster mocking the Aam Aadmi Party. The poster was named Apatkal. The politics is taking place, the blame game is taking place. Both the political parties are trailing gun and each other. Initially, Aam Aadmi Party used to say that the smoke which comes from Punjab and Haryana due to the farm fire is now saying this is coming from the states which is ruled by the BJP, but the current condition on the ground is not good. The average AQI in the city is above 400, which comes into severe category. 2-3 days ago it was seen that it was above very severe category. GRAP 3rd and GRAP 4th was implemented. Now schools have been asked to shut till 10th, and then after the Diwali on 13th, odd and even will be implemented, but according to experts, the situation will deteriorate and the national capital could witness more than 1000 AQI in the days near to Diwali. Follow me.
Right. Shreya, coming back across to you, of course, all of these measures are being taken, be it the odd even formula, be it shutting down of physical classes for students in schools as well. But these are stopgap arrangements. These are temporary arrangements every time that a government takes in order to, of course, tell the people that they're taking steps when, of course, AQI crosses hazardous levels. But the point is, year on year, we're facing this situation, but there is no permanent solution that we seem to find, especially given that, as far as the politics of the neighboring states is concerned, they continue.
Well, absolutely. So, Paulum, one thing that we keep hearing about is about stubble burning. And especially when the Aam Aadmi Party government came to power in Punjab, there were expectations, especially because they were the ones who raised it as an issue when they were in Delhi. So it was thinkable that probably when they form government in Punjab, the situation will improve. We saw a biogas plant that was inaugurated in Sangrur. We saw that there were better seed qualities that were improved, so that there was time that was given to the farmers for the next cultivation, and they give the stubble instead of burning. But even then, the situation is not that good. We saw that initially in the start of the month, end of the October, the average farm fires were at 200, but now it's clocking to almost 2,000. So you can see the situation, even if it's improved slightly, it is not a solution yet. And somewhere down the line, vehicular emission is also an issue. So what is lacking on the ground is all these governments sitting together, talking together, instead of the politics being played out, be it the poster war, be it, saying that you are responsible. There is no solution that's being offered to the citizens of Delhi NCR, and year after year, it's a yearly ritual that we come over when we talk about these situations and we forget about it, that we again are left to breathe this toxic air, which is somewhere down the line very hazardous for everyone's health over here.
Absolutely. It's very hazardous for anyone to be breathing that air at the moment, clearly having far-reaching impacts on the health. Especially imagine the situation with children and the elderly. Shreya, Anmol and Ashutosh, thank you so much for joining us with all of those details. Now, here is what the average AQI level has been in Delhi for the last 5 days. So on November 7th, it was, we're looking backwards now. So this is how it is going. On November 3rd, you saw it was about 466. On November 4th, about 400. These are AQI levels we're talking about. November 5th, about 454. November 6th, 400. November 7th, 395. In some areas, of course, it has crossed the 600 mark as well. Yesterday, in certain parts, especially in the Anand Vihar area, it had crossed 900. And that is the situation as far as Delhi is concerned. It is worse in areas like Noida and in Gurugram. As Delhi NCR continues to suffer from severe air pollution, stubble burning continues in Punjab. Punjab reported 2,060 farm fires in November 6, one day itself. In the last 9 days alone, more than 15,000 cases of stubble burning have been reported in Punjab. With the 2,060 farm fires, the total number of stubble burning incidents in Punjab so far this season stands at 19,463. Now, this is the air quality in large parts of Punjab remains in the unhealthy category. So you're looking at those stubble burning images from Punjab. Very disturbing, very alarming messages, in fact, that are being sent out, especially because this is one of the biggest factors as far as air pollution in the national capital and national capital region are concerned. Even in Punjab, people breathing that air. Just imagine 15,000 such cases over the last 9 days that have been reported. On one day alone, over 2,000 incidents of farm fires, fresh farm fires that have been reported. Absolutely alarming. And despite the hue and cry over air pollution, despite the hue and cry over the toxic air that everyone is breathing, these farm fires continue to rage on. Just look at the numbers at the moment in terms of fresh farm fires. This is as of November 5th, 2023. Daily stubble burning cases. As you saw how the graph showed, total fire count was about 50,590. We're looking at the same dateline, the same timeline. That was 2018. That we're looking at the year-on-year increase at that point of time, 10.3%. It has gone up. It has kept going up in some senses. Manjeet Sehgal, in fact, could bring in more on that. Manjeet is joining us from Chandigarh at the moment. Manjeet, we're seeing, of course, that farm fires continue to rage on in Punjab. The people of Punjab are also breathing that air. It's impacting the national capital. It's impacting the national capital region as well. What is the Punjab government saying about these raging farm fires?
Well, Polomi, as far as the fire counts is concerned, the number of fire incidents have gone down as compared to the corresponding period. As you said, 15,000 cases were reported during this week. The total cases, and nearly 26,000 cases were reported past year. But in fact, the cases are still rising as the harvesting of paddy is peaking in Punjab. As far as the government is concerned, the government officials are on the ground, but they are being compelled by the farmers to burn the paddy themselves. We have seen one viral video in which two officials were compelled to burn the farm residue. The government says that the farmers and the farmer societies have been provided stubble management machines up to 80% subsidy. But on ground, when we spoke to the farmers, they say machines were scarce, they were not available. At least two machines were available for 10 to 15 villages, which was not able to cater to the needs of all the farmers. So farmers, while one hand are not ready to adopt the technology, on the other also say that the technology and the machines being provided to them is not viable. Their diesel prices have gone up, so they are not ready to spend more money on clearing the stubble in the fields. But the government continues to claim that the government is doing its best to stop stubble burning. Be it Punjab, be it Haryana, but the reality is farmers continue to burn the stubble, giving lame excuses. But the government has in fact failed to stop the stubble burning.
Absolutely, absolutely. Manjeet, thank you so much for joining us with all of those details. Manjeet, they're reporting from Chandigarh. Thank you for joining us. Now, let's give you a sense of the farm fires over the last 5 days. We're talking about Punjab at the moment. You can see on November 2nd, it stood at about 1,644. These are fresh farm fire incidents in a day alone. On November 3rd, 1,551, a small dip. Then on November 4th, 1,360, a small dip again. And it goes up, it shoots up on November 5th, 3,230, and shoots down a little bit on November 6th, 2060. Remember, there were pictures of a Punjab official who tried to stop these farmers from burning the stubble instead. They made him burn that stubble. We're slipping into a very short break. Coming up next, our special segment, Health Boost, with my colleague Sneha Mordani.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company. Get ready for an immersive journey into the heart of news, politics, and insights that matter. Join India Today now on WhatsApp. Scan the QR code.
Indians are celebrating this festive season with Apple this year. According to reports, for the first time ever, iPhone sales have crossed the 15 lakh unit mark in just the first week of this festive season. And though iPhone 15 is really the latest model, it's actually the previous 13 and 14 models which are flying off the shelves. It's not just the iPhone, other top-end handsets are also in huge demand. In fact, analysts here say the festive sales are being driven by premium phones this year. On Flipkart, premium segment sales grew almost 50% this year, driven by the iPhone 14 and Samsung Galaxy S21. On Amazon, the segment zoomed 200% on higher sales of iPhone 13 and Galaxy S23. The online retailers, as per a report, has clocked gross merchandise sales of 47,000 crore rupees in just the first week, growing at least 19% over the first week of 2022 festive season. And of this, 67% or nearly 32,000 crore rupees is due to mobiles, electronics and large appliances. Interestingly, it's the top-end smartphone segment which is really thriving. The mid segment is also growing, though the sub 15,000 rupee segment is shrinking this festive season. Analysts say that this could be in part indicative of the fact that rural and small-town India have not yet really emerged from their economic uncertainties of the last couple of years. In fact, a study has, however, noted a boom in sales of 5G-enabled handsets, especially in the 10 to 15,000 rupee price band. This is because companies like Samsung, Realme, Vivo have all launched phones in this very segment. According to Flipkart, its big billion sales saw premium smartphone segments grow a whopping 1.7 times over last year. There was a 50% rise in customers opting for exchange schemes and a 160% rise in customers going for no-cost EMIs.
The national capital is covered in thick layers of smog, choking Delhiites. The AQI on Monday clocked 450 for the fifth straight day, prompting the Delhi government to implement all possible measures to check air pollution. As the stage of the graded response action plan has kicked in, schools will be online for all classes except 10 and 12 till Friday. Here's a report.
Pungent, dirty, toxic, and lethal. The stink is in your face. The stink is in the air. Delhi and the National Capital Region, among other North Indian cities, are breathing filthy air. Air that will make you sick and kill you eventually. Not one organ of the human body is unaffected due to the toxic air your kids, your elderly parents, and you are breathing. Our fertility has been affected. Men now have less sperm in their semen. Dementia, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, all of these diseases have a direct link with air pollution. 1/3 of children in Delhi have asthma. Our lung health has taken a hit. Our skin, eyes, hair, everything has been hit adversely due to air pollution. Experts say investing in HEPA air purifiers, high-efficiency particulate air, and using N95 masks or N99 masks that filter PM 2.5 is advised.
N95 mask or preferably even N99. The reason being this number actually refers to the percentage of the so-called dangerous pollutants, which are PM 2.5, which can enter very deep into our airways. And these are the masks which can filter these particles, the so-called dangerous pollutants.
Doctors say 1 in every 3 kids in Delhi have asthma.
Air pollution affects extremes of age, that is, our young children and the elderly. And if I talk about Delhi, almost 1 in 3 child is suffering from asthma, which gets increased during this Diwali season when the air pollution goes up.
Studies show that the average lifespan of a Delhiite gets reduced by 10 years given the long-term impact of this menace. Delhi air, like the air in major Indian cities, is filthy throughout the year. At this time of the year, given the unfavorable weather conditions and the increase in farm fires, the problem only gets aggravated. IIT Kanpur has a plan to create artificial rains. The Delhi government has announced the much politicized odd-even scheme. All solutions are stopgap in nature. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today TV.
Up next, my colleagues Pooja Shali and Sneha Mordani tell us a little bit more about the solutions to air pollution in our special segment, Health Boost with Sneha.
Welcome now to our special segment on issues that concern you and I directly, and that is the matter of health. Health Boost with me and Sneha Mordani, who gets you all the latest, and this time with pollution bothering us all, Sneha.
That's right.
Whether in my family or studio or newsroom, each one of us are reporting these respiratory concerns. And I'm sure you've also, I'm sure, received a lot of queries.
Absolutely.
Let's talk today about solutions, shall we? Can we do something to protect ourselves? Sneha, do I have to wear a mask when I go out? What are doctors telling you? What kind of mask, like COVID pandemic, can it save us?
Well, not the regular mask, definitely, Pooja. So surgical masks and cloth masks that we were wearing during the pandemic anyway weren't good enough. And certainly not for PM 2.5, the particulate matter which is in the air and has increased over so many years. Very, very fine. So if you have a particulate matter for 2.5, which means that it's going to travel into your bloodstream, you can imagine how fine it's going to be. So what is going to help us keep that out? N95 masks and N99, high quality, high grade. Invest in a good quality N95 or N99 mask. So certainly don't waste your time, energy, effort, etc. Put yourself through discomfort by wearing a surgical or a cloth mask. However, I must say there are nauseous and there are gaseous toxins also in the air, which will not be kept out by these masks. So it's just going to be the fine particulate matter which can be kept out to an extent.
We can only try and do as much as possible.
That's right.
Now that's outdoor, Sneha. What if I'm indoor and we have bought these air purifiers? It is, of course, a class issue. Let's not forget, not everyone can even afford a proper air purifier. But now that I have, or if someone watching this right now wants to buy an air purifier, are there categories to that?
Well, certainly. There are some air purifiers which are highly recommended, like the ones, and I'm going to take our viewers through the list, one is the HEPA filter. It's advisable. It may be expensive, but buy if you can. Also, if you have a pet at home to keep out the hair, that is helpful. It's actually effective in cleaning pollen, allergens, mold and dust as well. So we all know that mold is also a contributing factor when it comes to discomfort in the respiratory passage. HEPA filters are high efficiency particulate air filters, and also filters that have air purifiers that have activated carbon filters. Antibacterial filters are also good enough. Doctors essentially say that ozone filters is something that we must not be using. But higher CADR ratings filters, you can check that up when you're buying. Also, just to tell our viewers that when you're actually buying a filter, air purifier, you tell the dealer or the person who's selling you the product that this is the size of my room. It's important. You can't have a huge room like as big as this newsroom and one filter in the corner. It's not going to be effective. So it's important to get that.
So these are some of the categories that you must check out if you're planning to buy an air purifier, and try to buy one if you possibly can. Now, I was reading somewhere, Sneha, about these artificial rains or sort of the smog towers that also throw a lot of mist. What is this artificial rain phenomenon that's connecting us to this pollution problem?
Okay, so as far as the smog tower is concerned, it's got, like the one in Delhi is locked up. We know it's not working, 50-meter radius, so anyway ineffective. How can that work? But as far as artificial rains is concerned, different countries use it for different reasons, but India plans to do it, and that is again a suggestion that has been made by IIT Kanpur, that we will have artificial rains to settle the pollutions and the dust down. Again, it's a band-aid solution, and unfortunately we only seem to be having band-aid solutions and nothing else.
That's actually true. Now there is a mist-throwing vehicles that we see around. Sprinklers. Now there is an announcement as a temporary emergency measure that the Delhi government has announced, which is odd and even formula that will be implemented from 13th to 20th November. Is vehicular pollution really a big concern? Can this odd even really stop the kind of emergence of pollution?
Okay, so I said this and I drew this analogy earlier as well. So if a person's met with an accident, your immediate concern is to stop the bleeding of the person and take the patient to the hospital. right? We will not worry about the long-term health of that person. Odd even is just that. Because we are dying, and let's not mince any words, the government has decided to come up with odd and even to bring down the vehicular pollution in Delhi, because that's a huge factor in Delhi, like it is in many other urban centers. In Delhi, all the more because it's a city with high density of cars, and that's the reason why this will help us in our current situation to some extent, but it isn't a long-term solution.
And as the viewer must have heard, I also have an aggravated cough because of this pollution. Most of us are reporting those issues. Does that mean if car pollution is a problem, odd even has been implemented, should I go for carpooling? I mean, does that reduction of cars, does it really impact Sneha?
Yes, it does. It does? Yes, not just now. I think we all need to look for alternatives to how does one bring one's vehicle to office, or just one vehicle. I mean, plan this out, Pooja. Like, for example, in our office, so many of us live in Noida. Can we look at this option?
Okay.
Do we have the incentives, first of all, to look at this option? So, the centre has told the court that essentially work from home isn't going to be allowed, but carpooling is going to be encouraged. How are you encouraging it? We all know that humans work and behave in such a way where incentivized, they seem to be working more effectively. It's very normal, regular human behavior, human nature. Is the government going to make an effort to ensure that carpooling is incentivized? Like, if I'm not bringing my car today, what do I save? I ensure that there is less pollution. I ensure there is less intake of fuel. I also ensure that there is less traffic on the roads. The number of accidents also come down if you carpool. So I definitely think that we must really, as a matter of practice, all throughout the year, look at carpooling as a solution. It really is doable, but we have to coordinate.
And like we were discussing, Sneha, I think you also have some data of how car pollution or carpooling with regard to pollution can actually make a difference. Do you want to tell us more about it and what exactly is the difference possible?
Yes, essentially. So what carpooling does is this, and you should look at this very carefully, viewers. It cuts the emission by half. So if vehicular pollution is a cause of concern in a city like Delhi and many other major cities as well, then it's going to cut down your vehicular pollution. Also, like I said, it reduces the congestion on the streets. It's going to be easy when you drive around. It won't be that stressful. It won't be that difficult. Reduces the vehicle miles traveled. Essentially, your vehicle is going to have a longer life as opposed to just picking your car up and going everywhere that you want to. Also, there is research to support the fact that when you club your work together and use your vehicle, it is more cost effective, it is more fuel effective. So that is something that we must all be doing. Undoubtedly, Pooja, reduces greenhouse emissions.
We can always try, but the tragic part is, Sneha, isn't it? Netas continue to fight.
Yes.
They are putting out poster wars rather than putting out policies on the same negotiating
or
table.
effective and long-term solutions.
At least good enough emergency measures too. I don't think it's enough right now, but nevertheless, it's still needed. Thank you so much, Sneha Mordani, and I will continue to bring you daily health boost so that you understand how important health to you. There is politics, there are other news, but health news is as crucial. Thank you for watching.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
India Today met up with some workers of the corporate culture who've in fact been there and done it all, been a part of the hustle culture, and these people were unable to in fact strike a good balance between their work and their personal life. They learned the hard way. This is what they've had to say about the suggestion of a 70-hour per week culture that is being propagated by Narayan Murthy. Listen in.
In today's fast-paced corporate landscape, a growing concern is casting a long shadow over the well-being of employees, that of stress driven by corporate burnout. The relentless demands of the modern workplace are taking a toll on individuals, leading to increased stress levels and health concerns. India Today spoke to Mr. Chandra, a 45-year-old F&B professional, to learn about his journey battling corporate burnout and achieving work-life balance.
I used to work in HR, so means there was a lot of turnover, and to block that turnover, we needed employees to be hired soon, and that stress would go on from workplace to home. Even when I was sleeping, I used to be thinking, oh, I've not hired this person, or I have to interview that person. So it was that stress which takes you on. This was sometime in 2002 when I was in Bahrain, and I used to be working from 8 in the morning till 8 in the night, and which was not so good. I fell ill, and it used to be like a burden to go to work.
Conversations with individuals even younger show that corporate burnout is real.
Do not work for promotions, do not run for promotions, just work for yourself and your mental well-being. Because at the end, everything what matters is your mental peace and your health.
I will share you this story where this doctor came from US and he was working continuously almost for 16 months with very few breaks, and he break down. He developed himself a psychosis. So working hard is good, but working hard at the cost of health, I'm not sure it's a best alternative. I think working in a balanced, productive way is the better alternative.
Co-presented by आपका जॉय भारत का जॉय जॉय ई-बाइक, co-powered by पारुल यूनिवर्सिटी वडोदरा गुजरात.
Telangana Congress is fielding its state unit chief Revanth Reddy against Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao from the Kamareddy Assembly constituency. This is the second seat on which Reddy, the sitting member of parliament from Malkajgiri parliamentary constituency, is contesting. That's the latest update that's coming in right now. Revanth Reddy will take on Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao from the Kamareddy Assembly constituency in the Telangana elections on November 30th. Listen in to Revanth Reddy.
कांग्रेस पार्टी जीतने वाले तेलंगाना में कांग्रेस पार्टी जीतने वाले, सरकार बनाने वाले, गरीब लोगों को मदद करने के लिए लोग आप देखे नॉमिनेशन में कितने लोग हैं. ऐसा कालेश्वरम कोलैप्स हो गए, वैसे ही केसीआर की सरकार और केसीआर के परिवार कोलैप्स होने वाले हैं. मोदी जी जितना भी मदद करके उनको बचाने के लिए कोशिश कर रहे हैं वो नाकामयाब हो जाए.
So that is, of course, Revanth Reddy, who himself will be contesting now from 2 assembly seats. One of the seats he will be challenging K. Chandrasekhar Rao, Telangana Chief Minister, who is contesting from 2 seats. From the Kamareddy Assembly seat, it will be Revanth Reddy of the Congress Party Member of Parliament, State Congress Chief, who will be challenging the Chief Minister. Remember that the Congress has been gaining in Telangana in the run-up to the assembly elections. It's expected to be a stiff contest between the BRS and the Congress party, though the BJP, of course, is looking to, in fact, upset both parties come November 30th. Hectic campaigning underway in the state of Telangana, which goes to polls on November 30th. Results will be declared on December 3rd, along with other states like Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Mizoram. Already this phase of 5 assembly elections has been kick-started today, with Mizoram going to polls and the first set of seats from Chhattisgarh casting their votes as well. So the Telangana Congress has decided to field its state unit chief Revant Reddy against Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao from the Kamareddy Assembly constituency. Revant Reddy, of course, very confident earlier there, speaking with my colleague Abdul Bashir of a win. This is the second seat from where Revant Reddy, the sitting member of parliament from Malkajgiri parliamentary constituency, will be contesting. So Revant Reddy to contest from 2 assembly seats, the chief minister incumbent to contest from 2 assembly seats as well. Let's listen in to Revant Reddy.
कांग्रेस पार्टी जीतने वाले तेलंगाना में कांग्रेस पार्टी जीतने वाले, सरकार बनाने वाले, गरीब लोगों को मदद करने के लिए लोग आप देखे नॉमिनेशन में कितने लोग हैं। इसका माहौल हर कोने कोने पे तेलंगाना में यही माहौल है।
सर, आने वाले चुनाव को लेकर कोडंगल के लिए क्या होगा, खास करके तेलंगाना के लिए क्या मुद्दे होंगे? बीआरएस काफी भारी तौर पर घेर रही है।
बराबर, ये कोडंगल का निशान है, कोडंगल का शान है। कोडंगल के एक बेटा अब इतना बड़ा होकर अब तेलंगाना में पूरा चुनाव जितवाने के लिए हम तैयार हो गए। हर कार्यकर्ता एक रेवंत रेड्डी है। कोडंगल में कांग्रेस पार्टी को यही लोग जिताने वाले हैं।
तो कालेश्वरम का जो इश्यू अभी चल रहा है सर, क्या लग रहा है कि इस इश्यू को उठाया जाएगा और क्या मुद्दा होने वाले हैं? आगे के कुछ दिन बहुत अहम होने वाले हैं, तो क्या क्या मुद्दे उठाए जाएंगे?
जैसा कालेश्वरम कोलैप्स हो गए वैसे ही केसीआर की सरकार और केसीआर के परिवार कोलैप्स होने वाले हैं। मोदी जी जितना भी मदद करके उनको बचाने के लिए कोशिश कर रहे वो नाकामयाब हो जाए।
It's big news coming in from the state of war, Telangana. Now, Power Star and Janasena chief Pawan Kalyan will be sharing stage with Prime Minister Modi at the backward caste Atma Gaurava meet in Hyderabad. The superstar has tied up with the BJP for the Telangana pose, even though his party is from Andhra Pradesh. Will Pawan Kalyan be able to power BJP into the state of Telangana?
It is now official that the Jan Sena is contesting the Telangana election in alliance with the BJP. But the big question is, will the power start help BJP come to power? Jan Sena is a political party with interests in Andhra Pradesh and nil presence in Telangana. Power star Pawan Kalyan's presence in the Telangana political landscape is not just a Telangana story. It is intricately entwined with the extremely hostile politics of the neighbouring state. A part of BJP's strategy is to shore up its fortunes in constituencies which have a significant population of people hailing from Andhra Pradesh. These are the constituencies mainly in and around Hyderabad and in Nalgonda and Khammam districts. Pawan is scheduled to share the stage with Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 7th November in Hyderabad. Not only will this help the BJP to tap into his fan base, but will also make it tricky for Kalyan to rupture his relationship with the BJP 5 months from now, should the BJP continue to frown on his political friendship with the TDP. But what does Pawan Kalyan bring to the table? Of course, his stature as an extremely popular actor and his youth connect. Two, the Munuru Kapu is a significant segment among the OBC vote in Telangana, so his presence on the NDA campaign stage can be used by the BJP to tap into this community vote. More so when the BJP has announced that if it comes to power in Telangana, the state will see a backward class chief minister. 3. BJP Telangana chief Kishan Reddy revealed that the Jan Sena had lent a helping hand to his party in the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation elections in December 2020, in which the Saffron Party had done exceedingly well and would therefore like a repeat performance. 4. And the most significant aspect is that even though the BJP has no truck with the TDP, it wants Jan Sena to leverage its relationship with Chandrababu Naidu in order to ensure that the TDP vote in Telangana gets transferred to the NDA and not to the Congress. But will the Jan Sena set the Godavari on fire? Electorally speaking, we will know on 3rd of December. With T.S. Sudhir, Bureau Report, India Today.
News coming in right now. Owaisi dares Rahul Gandhi to contest against him. Says Rahul comes to Hyderabad to blame AIMIM. Owaisi says Rahul lost his father and grandfather's seat will defeat Rahul every time in Hyderabad. So Asaduddin Owaisi there daring Rahul Gandhi to contest from Hyderabad because of the charges that Rahul Gandhi has made against the AIMIM chief while campaigning in Telangana. Let's listen in to Asaduddin Owaisi.
जो कांग्रेस पार्टी है, बल्कि इनका जो यहाँ पर एक साहब आए हुए हैं जो अमेठी में इलेक्शन हार गए, अपने बाप दादा नानी का सीट हार गए और हैदराबाद को आकर मजलिस पर इल्जाम लगाते हैं श्रीमान राहुल गांधी, जिनको जनियोधारी कहते हैं कांग्रेस के लोग। तो श्रीमान ने कह दिया कि मजलिस इतनी पैसे लिए, तुम इलेक्शन तो हार गए स्मृति ईरानी से, तो स्मृति ईरानी से तुम्हारी क्या डील हुई? मैं तो नहीं लड़ा वहां पर। हैदराबाद में मजलिस का मुकाबला हैदराबाद की पार्लियामेंट की सीट से करके दिखाओ मुझसे। मुझे यकीन है कि हैदराबाद की आवाम तुमको शिकस्त देगी, पार्लियामेंट में भी तुम हारोगे।
My colleague Abdul Bashir is now joining me over the phone line from Hyderabad. Abdul, those are pot shots being taken by Asaduddin Owaisi against Rahul Gandhi for the kind of barbs that were thrown the AIMIM's way by Rahul Gandhi while campaigning in Telangana.
Yes, absolutely. What we have seen is Rahul Gandhi was here in the past for many rallies since the election notification has begun, and before that as well, 6 declarations by the Congress party had been given. But what we see is that now Owaisi had lashed out at Rahul Gandhi chief. This is not the first time. He had earlier asked Rahul Gandhi, how did he lose in Amethi? Had he taken any money? This was a reply to Rahul Gandhi's statement that AIMIM has taken money to support the BJP indirectly, is what he meant in his sabha when he was in Telangana. So replying to it, Asad Owaisi told that he did not contest in Amethi, and now was he the reason for Rahul Gandhi to lose in Amethi is what he asked. And yes, yesterday what we see is in a public gathering where he was addressing a public, AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi had lashed out at Rahul Gandhi, asking him to contest from Hyderabad. Now that Rahul Gandhi is very soon going to hold yatras in Hyderabad, he had asked the Congress party or Rahul Gandhi to contest from Hyderabad, and he challenged that definitely Rahul Gandhi will lose and he will be defeated here in Hyderabad, be it an MLA or an MP that he can contest here in the city of Hyderabad.
Right. Abdul, thank you so much for joining us with all of those details. So the politics in the state of Telangana, which is sport-bound, is only intensifying with several players in the fray, hoping, of course, to upstage BRS's rule. Now, as Madhya Pradesh gears up for the assembly polls, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh expressed confidence that his party, the BJP, will win an absolute majority. Listen in to this exclusive conversation.
पूरी जो जनता अभी तक जो आपकी सभाएं हुई हैं, वहां पर सबका उत्साह आपको आश्वस्त कर रहा है?
नहीं, मैं पूरी तरह से आश्वस्त हूँ कि मध्य प्रदेश में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की क्लियर मेजॉरिटी से गवर्नमेंट बन रही है।
इंडिया अलायंस कोई खतरा पैदा कर रहा है?
नहीं, इंडिया अलायंस तो बिखर गया, टूट गया।
क्योंकि यूपी में हम देख रहे हैं अखिलेश यादव कह रहे हैं कि इतने सीटों पर हम लड़ेंगे, बाकी सब
नहीं, लड़ना चाहिए सबको। इंडिया के जितने भी अलायंस है सबको एक दूसरे के खिलाफ लड़ना चाहिए।
एक दूसरे के खिलाफ? वो तो साथ लड़ रहे हैं।
साथ कहाँ, कहीं नहीं लड़ रहे।
वो कह रहे हैं आप लोग इतना डर गए कि इंडिया का नाम भारत कहने लगे हैं।
नहीं, इंडिया तो भारत था ही, कि कहने क्या लगे हैं, तो पहले से ही भारत है। इंडिया दैट इज भारत, यानी भारत ही, उन्होंने कहा भारत, ये तो हमारे भारत के संविधान में है।
पर अलायंस से कोई खतरा नहीं है?
हर कोई खतरा नहीं, सवाल ही नहीं पैदा होता है।
राहुल गांधी पर काफी आपने कटाक्ष किया है?
काफी नहीं किया है।
नहीं किया?
नहीं, काफी नहीं किया है।
आपने चंद्रयान से तुलना कर दी?
नहीं, वो तो चंद्रयान की लैंडिंग हो गई, इसलिए मैंने कहा, और लॉन्चिंग भी हो गई, उसकी लैंडिंग भी हो गई।
राहुल
नहीं, वो तो मैंने कहा कि सबकी लॉन्चिंग लैंडिंग होनी चाहिए, जो भी काम कर रहा है।
राहुल गांधी की भी होनी चाहिए। लेकिन ये बताइए कि यहाँ पर कमलनाथ कहते हैं कि राम मंदिर में बीजेपी का कोई योगदान नहीं है, वो कांग्रेस की देन है राम मंदिर।
ये सारा आंदोलन, सब कुछ, सारा माहौल, ये किसने खड़ा किया था?
कहने ताला उन्होंने खोला था।
कह रहे क्या हुआ?
उससे नहीं फर्क पड़ रहा है।
नहीं, सारा देश जानता है। कमलनाथ जी बेचारे क्या बोलेंगे।
And with that, it's a wrap on this bulletin. Thank you so much for watching India Today. For more news and updates, you can log on to indiatoday.in. You can also download the India Today app. And as we gear up for the upcoming assembly elections, join India Today now on WhatsApp with the #1 election team. Scan the QR code and you get all your latest election updates on your handsets.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
दिल्ली के अंदर वाहनों के प्रदूषण को कम करने के लिए जो पीओसी को चेक करने का अभियान ट्रांसपोर्ट डिपार्टमेंट और ट्रैफिक पुलिस ने किया है। आप जानते हैं कि जो पीओसी वायलेशन होता है 10,000 रुपए का फाइन लगता है। 1, 2, 3 ग्रैब के दौरान 28,471 चालान जो है वो किए गए हैं, जिससे कि लोगों में पीओसी को लेकर के जो पोल्यूटेड गाड़ियां हैं उनको कंट्रोल किया जा सके। जो चूंकि ये संभावना दिख रही है कि दिवाली के बाद प्रदूषण का स्तर बढ़ सकता है, उसको देखते हुए दिल्ली के अंदर दिवाली के अगले दिन 13 नवंबर से 20 नवंबर तक एक हफ्ते का जो है वो ऑड इवन फार्मूला जो है वो दिल्ली में जो है लागू किया जाएगा। ये 13 दिवाली के अगले दिन 13 नवंबर से शुरू होगा और 20 तारीख तक वो चलेगा। उस एक सप्ताह के ऑड इवन की समीक्षा करके उस समय जो प्रदूषण की स्थिति होगी उसकी समीक्षा करके फिर आगे का निर्णय लिया जाएगा।
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Israel, Hamas have been at war. Women, children, Men are being attacked. And innocent lives have been lost on both sides. The conflict has impacted every aspect of Israel's infrastructure, including the film and TV industry. Angelina Jolie, who is widely known for her humanitarian work, took to Instagram and condemned the Israeli airstrikes in Gaza, describing it as the deliberate bombing of a trapped population. In an Instagram post, she shared a photo depicting the devastation caused by an airstrike at Jabalia, Gaza's largest refugee camp. Even singer and actress Selena Gomez announced that she will be deleting her Instagram account amidst all the trolling and hate that she received online. However, just a little while later, she deleted the story in which she had made this announcement, and her account is still active. The Hollywood pop icon had recently shared a heart-touching note on Instagram condemning the violence against innocent civilians, especially children.
Hi everyone, I wanted to take a moment and say thank you to everyone for their messages, for their prayers, for their wishes. I'm back, I'm home, I'm safe, I'm fine. But just 2 days back, I woke up in a hotel room in Tel Aviv with bomb sounds around me and sirens blaring, and we were taken down to a basement and shelter areas. And मैं पहले ऐसे सिचुएशन में कभी रही नहीं हूँ, बट आज जब मैं अपने घर में उठी हूँ with no sounds and feeling safe and feeling fine, तो मुझे रियलाइज हो रहा है कि कितनी बड़ी बात है, हम कितने फॉर्चुनेट है कि हम इस कंट्री में हैं.
And with halted production and mass destruction because of the ongoing war, the country will require time to get back on its feet. With Gyanisha Malik, Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Hello there, a very good morning. You're watching India Today TV. I'm Sneha Modani. Here are the headlines in this edition. Phase 1 of polling in Chhattisgarh is underway. Chhattisgarh sees brisk voting in initial hours. Naxal hotbed witnesses a healthy turnout. Mizoram sees over 15% voting in the first 2 hours. Telangana Congress Chief Revanth to fight against KCR. Revanth Reddy versus KCR battle in Kamara Reddy constituency. Delhi air quality remains in the hazardous category for the 5th day in a row, but marginally dips to below 400 mark. War raging for 1 month and counting. Israel says Gaza City split into two. Gaza reduced to ghost town. Jewish man succumbs to injuries in the US, California, after he was hit in the head by pro-Palestine protester.
Co-presented by आपका जॉय भारत का जॉय ई-बाइक, co-powered by पारुल यूनिवर्सिटी वडोदरा गुजरात।
A top story at this poll battle begins in state of war, Chhattisgarh. Polling has begun in Chhattisgarh. All eyes are on the key battles that could change this game. The first phase of polling for 20 seats, including 12 from the Bastar division, has begun, and polling for remaining 70 seats in the state will take place on the 17th of November. Now, in poll-bound Sukma, a voting percentage of 4.21%, Dantewada recorded a voting percentage of 10.18% until 9 a.m. this morning. In Sukma, one Jawan of CRPF's Cobra battalion was injured in an IED blast triggered by Naxals in the Tondamarka area. Jawan was deployed for patrolling duty for elections. Remember, results for Chhattisgarh polls are going to be announced on the 3rd of December.
5 साल जो हम लोग काम किए हैं उसे नक्सलवाद बहुत पीछे हट गया है और यही कारण है कि जो सड़क के किनारे मतदान केंद्र थे अब अंदरूनी जो गांव है वहां मतदान केंद्र खोले गए हैं। अपने ही गांव में लोग अब मतदान करेंगे। तो इस समय जो नक्सल प्रभावित क्षेत्र है, अंदरूनी क्षेत्र है, वहां ज्यादा से ज्यादा मतदान होने की संभावना है।
सर, रुझान आने भी जो है वोटर टर्नआउट 5% अभी राजनांदगांव में, क्या इस बार लग रहा है? अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा राजनांदगांव में उभर के आ रहा है। कह रहे हैं कि बीएनसी का जो मिल था आपके कार्यकाल में बंद हुआ, उसके बाद कोई दूसरा स्रोत एम्प्लॉयमेंट का कोई दूसरा स्रोत लोगों को मिला नहीं, काफी नाराजगी उनमें नजर आई। क्या कहेंगे?
पहली बात तो बीएनसी मिल बंद हुआ कांग्रेस के शासनकाल में, केंद्र सरकार में जब कांग्रेस की सरकार थी और उनकी असफलता की वजह से हुआ और एक नहीं 65 मिलों को बंद करने का साजिश किया गया। जहाँ तक सवाल है तो कभी राहुल गांधी आके बोलता है मैं शुरू कर दूंगा, कभी भूपेश बघेल आके, ये झूठी घोषणाएं मत करें। यहाँ पे औद्योगिकरण के लिए हम लोग प्रयास करेंगे।
सर, आज सुबह ही 6 बजे एक आईडी ब्लास्ट हुआ जिसमें निरीक्षक श्रीकांत घायल हो गए हैं। काफी ज्यादा जो गतिविधियां हैं वो बढ़ गई हैं। 9 बीजेपी लीडर्स की किलिंग भी हो गई है और नक्सलिज्म करीब है, कह रहे हैं खात्मे के।
ये तो टारगेट किलिंग का मामला है। बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं को चिन्हांकित करके मारा जा रहा है चुनाव को प्रभावित करने के लिए।
ईडी के लगातार रेवलेशंस हो रहे हैं। शुभम सोनी का जो वीडियो आया है, जो उसने ईडी को भी भेजा है रिटन कंप्लेन के साथ, बहुत सारे रेवलेशंस आ रहे हैं जिसमें बहुत ही एक्सप्लोसिव वो रेवलेशंस ये करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं कि उन्होंने 508 करोड़ रुपए भूपेश बघेल को दिए। ऐसा शुभम सोनी का कहना है, ईडी को वो बता रहे हैं।
भूपेश बघेल चाहते हैं कि वो 509 करोड़ के साथ उनका पैसा लेते हुए फोटो आए। भूपेश जी यही चाहते हैं कि उनका फोटो ऐसे आए जिसमें 509 करोड़ शुभम सोनी उसको दे रहा हो और यही प्रमाण पत्र चाहते हो। अरे जब शुभम सोनी खुद बोल रहा है, जो महादेव ऐप का डायरेक्टर है, कि मैंने दिया है, इससे बड़ा प्रमाण हिंदुस्तान के किसी न्यायालय के लिए और कहाँ होगा? बयान दे दिया उसने। भ्रष्टाचार के इससे ज्यादा पुख्ता और प्रमाणित मामला कहीं नहीं मिलेगा आपको।
सर, और ये भी कहा कि अब बीजेपी घबराई हुई है, इसलिए मोदी अस्त्र निकल गया है, ईडी बना मोदी अस्त्र।
आत्मविश्वास किसका गड़बड़ाया है? पिछले 4-5 दिनों से टीवी में एक चेहरा दिख रहा है, मालूम होता है, तो पूरी तरीके से महादेव ऐप के इस खुलासे के बाद मुख्यमंत्री जी का चेहरा छत्तीसगढ़ की जनता के सामने उजागर हो गया।
My colleague Aishwarya is getting us more details on that story. Aishwarya is joining us from Bastar right now in Chhattisgarh, which of course is a red zone. Aishwarya, as expected, the security would be extremely tight here, given that it's voting day. Talk to us about the kind of arrangements that have been made, and what about the voters? what's the turnout like? At least, what do the latest figures from the Election Commission indicate?
Well, let me start by telling you, you spoke about security. The security personnel, obviously, just for these 20 seats, just for this entire region, more than 60,000 security forces have been deployed. And one look at this polling booth, you will be able to see the number of police personnel who have been deployed. This is a clear indication of the fact that this is a highly sensitive zone, Sneha. And if you speak about the voters, a large number of people have turned out, Sneha. And historically too, Chhattisgarh has been a state where the average voting percentage has roughly been around 70%. Looking at, the queues that we are seeing at the moment, we can expect that the voting percentage might be around the same time, what it has been historically. So keeping all these things in mind, it seems like, apart from some of the incidents that have come to the fore, by and large, so far voting has been extremely smooth, and this, in fact, the entire Bastar region has been one of the most places where we have seen maximum number of incidents taking place. So keeping all those things in mind, 60,000 security personnel have been deployed in the entire region, 12 very crucial seats in this region and 20 overall. For the Congress, it is extremely crucial to hold on here because, as of today, out of these 20, Congress has 19 in their kitties. For the BJP, obviously, corruption this time has become a big issue. We saw how Prime Minister Narendra Modi also took a pot shot at Bhupesh Baghel, 508 crores. That's the amount that the ED charge sheet now speaks about. So corruption, obviously, a big issue for the BJP this time. But as far as the security and the polling, voting, if we speak about that, large number of people are turning up. The queues, especially women voters, Sneha, let me tell you, have turned up in large numbers. People are still waiting in the queue, waiting for their turn to come up. And it's about 11 o'clock and we are still seeing not just here. I'll also show you the queue that is outside the polling booth because in one go, only a certain number of people are allowed inside the booth. So the security personnel there trying to control the crowd of sorts. So this also speaks about the fact that this time too, we could see, at least in these 20 seats, the voting average to be roughly around 70% or maybe more this time around. Sneha.
All right, I'm going to thank you, Aishwarya, for getting us those details. Aishwarya, my colleague, was joining us from Bastar. Remember, this is the red zone from where Aishwarya is reporting. And Aishwarya did tell us that traditionally, in fact, this region has voted and the voting percentage is always overall at the end of the day hover around the 70% mark. Of course, the incumbent Congress government in the state of Chhattisgarh with Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel eyeing a second term in the state of Chhattisgarh. Getting in all the details as far as voting in Chhattisgarh is concerned, security has been tightened. Our reporters telling us that just for 20 seats, the number of personnel, in fact, the number of personnel is about 60,000. There are 60,000 personnel for just 20 seats, speaking volumes of, in fact, the concerns there as far as security in this region is concerned. Now, let's get our viewers, in fact, up to speed with how the state essentially votes as far as assembly elections concerned. In the year 2018, the last time around when the elections took place, phase 1, this is how, in fact, Chhattisgarh essentially voted as far as the in fact, the seats are concerned. The Congress with 17, the BJP with 2, and others, of course, 1. The government was formed by Congress in the state of Chhattisgarh. BJP at 2 and Congress at 17 and others essentially at 1. Look at the vote share. 35% of the Bharatiya Janata Party, the Congress had a larger vote share with 46% and others at 19%. Aishwarya, in fact, continues to be with us for the very latest on that story. Aishwarya, the big talking point these elections, irrespective of how much the Congress tried to, in fact, move away or distance the Chief Minister from this issue, the spotlight has been on corruption allegations, serious charges that Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel is facing. Give us a sense of how the Congress is looking at this entire matter and whether they think that this factor can actually cause a dent in their vote share.
Well, one of the biggest, thing that the Congress party has done is to make sure that they give Qarz Maafi. So that is something that the people of Chhattisgarh and especially the tribals and the farmers are very keenly looking at. Sneha, what they call Tendu Patta here, it's called as green gold. So that's also something that the Congress focused on, because the Congress party has understood that they do need to give out, a lot of things for the people so that they can have this second term. So keeping all those things in mind, for the Bharatiya Janata Party, the main poll plank has been corruption. But for the Congress, the idea is to give out to people as much as possible. And this idea of wavering off the loan is something that the Congress at the moment is banking upon. Bhupesh Baghel, since the day the ED came out with the figure 508 crore rupees, has been saying that we in our state have taken action against those who were involved with the Mahadev app. But now it is the central government who, if this is what Bhupesh Baghel says, that if the central government believes that there is corruption that has taken place and there are things which are wrong with Mahadev app, then he's put the ball in the central government's court and is now asking the central government, in fact, to take a call on this, and also going ahead and saying that we have done our bit. We, as the government of Chhattisgarh, have taken action against those who were involved with the Mahadev app. It is now the duty of the central government to maybe, put the people behind the bars. So Bhupesh Baghel very clearly saying that we have done our bit. Now it depends on the central government. And from Home Minister Amit Shah to JP Nadda to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, all of them, the moment they stepped onto the soil of Chhattisgarh, have been speaking about the massive corruption that is taking place. In fact, Home Minister also spoke about not just this scam, but all the other scams which, according to them, have taken place in the past 5 years. So definitely, it's a Congress versus the BJP battle which is being fought here in Chhattisgarh. Congress fighting tooth and nail to make sure that they do get a second term in the state.
Well, absolutely. But, there's another big question here, Aishwarya, and that question really is that of the leadership issue here. This is, in fact, a challenge for the Bharatiya Janata Party as well, isn't it? Like it is for the Congress.
Well, definitely, but one thing that the BJP now banks upon is the 15-year rule that they have had from 2003 all the way till 2018. So that's something that the BJP has been speaking about, trying to tell the people what they have done for the people in those 15 years. And yes, the way in which people are turning out, large numbers outside this polling booth, both men and women turning up in large numbers. So both the parties are now banking on, the high voter turnout, and both of them are hoping that it will be their party which will be big, which will be winning big. We also saw Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It was in fact in Chhattisgarh, in Durg, from where he made the announcement that free ration will be given out to close to 80 crore people for the next 5 years. Now, this was a scheme which was launched in the year 2020 when COVID was peaking, and then it got certain extensions. This time, keeping the elections in mind, this is what the Congress party is now claiming. This announcement has now been made that free ration will be given out to roughly 80 crore people across the country. So doling out and giving out things to the people of the state, both the parties, looking at it. But one of the biggest things that the Congress party has done is to tell the people that their loans will be waived off. The Qarza Maafi is something which again is a big issue for the people of Chhattisgarh. Sneha.
Thanking you for the moment, Aishwarya Paliwal, getting us all of those details. Aishwarya is joining us from Bastar, getting us that ground report. And this is a mega India Today exclusive. Union Mantri's Bhupe attack on Baghel. Anurag Thakur says Baghel must explain 508 crore loot. Anurag Thakur is hit out at Gehlot and the Congress as well, calling Rajasthan Chief Minister Gehlot. Says they are Chunavi Hindu. Well, that's the attack from Union Minister Anurag Thakur, who's called Bhupesh Baghel Bhupe. And Ashok Gehlot has said that, in fact, for Ashok Gehlot, he said that this is Gehlot, and saying that these are Chunavi Hindu in context with the elections in both of these states.
5 राज्यों के चुनाव का जोर भी है, शोर भी है, और इस बीच आज वोटिंग हो रही है 20 सीटों पर छत्तीसगढ़ में, मिजोरम पर कुल 40 सीटों पर, नक्सल प्रभावित इलाकों में छत्तीसगढ़ में वोटिंग हो रही है। बात करने के लिए केंद्रीय मंत्री इस वक्त हमारे साथ अनुराग ठाकुर जी जुड़ रहे हैं, जो दरअसल चुनाव प्रचार कर रहे हैं मध्य प्रदेश में, लेकिन बात छत्तीसगढ़ की। और वो कह रहे हैं कि जैसे वोटिंग का टाइम आता है तो आप लोगों की ये तमाम एजेंसियां निकल जाती हैं बीजेपी की तरफ से। ये जो 508 करोड़ का आरोप आप लोग सीधे बघेल साहब पर लगा रहे हैं, ये साजिश है। वो कह रहे हैं आप लोग अंडर कॉन्फिडेंस में 15 सीटें नहीं जीतेंगे, इसलिए ईडी का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं।
पहली बात यह कि जांच एजेंसियां स्वतंत्र हैं और भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ कड़ी कार्रवाई करने के लिए, जांच करने के लिए उनको सब अधिकार हैं। दूसरी बात, जहां घोटाले हुए वहां वो दस्तक देती हैं। और छत्तीसगढ़ में पिछले 2 सालों में देखिए, शराब घोटाला, कोयला घोटाला, गोठान घोटाला, पेपर लीक घोटाला, अब महादेव ऐप घोटाला, घोटाले पे घोटाला, ये छत्तीसगढ़ की पहचान श्रीमान भूपेश बघेल जी ने बनाई है। जहां छत्तीसगढ़ में कहते हैं घोटाला करो और भूपे करो, और महादेव ऐप के बाद पता चल गया कि अरबों रुपए कमाओ और 508 करोड़ रुपया भूपेश बघेल को पेमेंट करो। और बघेल जी आज इतना पसीनो पसीनी हो रहे हैं, घड़ी बार बार देखते हैं, सवालों से भागते हैं। जनता गरीब, भाग भूपेश भाग, भाग भूपेश। कहाँ भागेंगे? जनता भगाएगी चुनावों से, कांग्रेस को बाहर का रास्ता दिखाएगी, लेकिन भ्रष्टाचार जो किया उसके जवाब तो देने पड़ेंगे, भागने नहीं देंगे।
भगवान राम का पैसे है, आप लोग पहले नाम ले रहे थे, अब आपने ओम नमः शिवाय त्रिशूल भी लगा लिया है। मंत्री जी, ये बताइए ना कि आप क्यों नहीं बंद करते? वो सीधा कह रहे हैं आप क्यों नहीं बंद करते? जिस गाड़ी में पैसे मिले वो बीजेपी के नेता की गाड़ी है। बहुत सारे आरोप वो लगा रहे हैं कि ये सारे लोग मिले हुए हैं, आप क्यों नहीं बंद करते? बंद क्यों नहीं?
अंजना जी, राज्य की जांच एजेंसियां वो कहते हैं 1 साल से काम कर रही हैं। क्या एक पत्र एक बार भी लिखा किसी को बंद करने के लिए? क्या इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी के एक्ट के अंतर्गत क्या वो अपना अधिकार इस्तेमाल नहीं कर सकते? क्या मजबूरी थी भूपेश बघेल जी की कि वो शुभम सोनी से 10 बार बात तो करेंगे, 10 बार पैसा भी लेंगे, लेकिन ऐप बंद करने के लिए लिखेंगे नहीं? एसपी को बुला के
लिखने का वेट कर रहे हैं सब?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है, जांच वो कर रहे हैं। आखिरकार राज्य में कानून व्यवस्था का अधिकार राज्य की सरकार का है। क्यों मना किया उन्होंने? क्यों संरक्षण दिया? क्यों उनको दुबई जाने के लिए कहा? क्यों बुला के फिर पैसे लिए? क्यों एसपी के थ्रू मिले? क्यों एसपी के फोन से बात की? ये सारी बातें अनुराग ठाकुर नहीं कह रहा है, ये शुभम सोनी जिसने 508 करोड़ रुपया घूस भूपेश बघेल को दी, वो कह रहे हैं। और इसका जवाब नहीं है जो उनके पास, पसीना पहुंच रहे हैं। शायद ये कांग्रेस के लिए ऑल टाइम मनी बन गया था, एटीएम बन गया।
शुभम सोनी का वीडियो प्रमाण है, पर अगर वीडियो से चले फिर नरेंद्र तोमर के मामले में
उनका बयान है जी, शुभम सोनी का वीडियो नहीं, बयान दिए हैं। स्टिंग ऑपरेशन वहां पे हुए हैं और सबकी बातें वहां पर सामने आई है। और जहां दूसरी और तोमर जी के बेटे ने खुद वहां पर उन्होंने एफआईआर दर्ज कराई किसकी।
And we have some news just coming in. Let's go straight to that. The Supreme Court orally, in fact, remarks on Delhi pollution and issue of stubble burning. The top court says what we see is that there is a blame game. Everyone is trying to pass on this. Is the reason? That's the reason why no one wants the reason. No specific directions have been passed. Another Supreme Court bench is hearing the matter today. Passing the buck is happening is what the Supreme Court essentially has indicated. On the pollution fight, Supreme Court has said that everybody seems to be passing this blame. The blame game continues is what the Supreme Court says. Shrishti.
Yes, Neha, as we know, a bench of Supreme Court led by Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul is today scheduled to hear in detail the matter regarding the Delhi pollution. Earlier, they asked 5 states to file affidavits before the top court, telling the court what steps they're taking to control the ongoing pollution and the rise in the AQI levels. Today, however, another bench led by Justice A.S. Bopanna was hearing the issue regarding burning of crackers. It's a 2015 matter that the case has been hearing, and orders have been passed over the last few years with regard to control of burning of crackers and also control on pollution. Today, when the issue of stubble burning and the Delhi pollution was raised before the top court, before that particular bench, the court orally remarked that what they're seeing is there's a blame game happening. Everybody is trying to pass on that this is the reason or that is the reason, but the court clearly said that nobody is interested in what the reason is. The court also said with regard to another issue of increasing pollution in Udaipur in Rajasthan, the court also said that what's also being shown is that it's just the court's responsibility to control environment pollution, but that's not the case. In fact, it's each and every citizen's duty to make sure that pollution is controlled. So that's strong remarks coming in from the Supreme Court. We know that a bench of Supreme Court, another bench of Supreme Court is already scheduled to hear the matter regarding Delhi pollution today, which is why no specific directions were passed by this particular bench today. However, they were considering that maybe the union government should be asked to convene a meeting with all the states. Because what they see is like everybody is just trying on to pass something is the reason for what the reason is for this particular issue that's going on in Delhi that the citizens and the Delhi people in Delhi are facing. What the court was considering is that maybe the union government can be asked to call all the states and convene a meeting in this regard. However, after being informed that Supreme Court bench is already scheduled to hear the matter today and might pass some directions, the court has not passed any directions as of now. What's also important here is that Delhi government has also filed a affidavit before the other bench, and they've laid down the steps that they have taken to control pollution in Delhi. Let me tell you this, that multiple teams have been deployed to stop open burning of garbage in Delhi. Anti-smoke guns have been installed. Diesel and petrol vehicles of 10 to 12, 15 years have been seized. Delhi government has also said that this year 1,93,000 challans have been issued for pollution violations till October 31st. Not just that, they've said that 3,200 vehicles are being checked daily for pollution levels. Other four states were also asked to file an affidavit, and once the hearing happens before the top court, we'll know what these states have said as far as the steps that are concerned that are being taken by them to control pollution in Delhi. That's
all right. Shristi, I'm going to thank you for the moment for getting us those details as far as the Supreme Court is concerned. These are just oral observations that have been made by the Supreme Court of India. We have a series of reactions coming in as far as the politics over this entire matter is also concerned. Yes, odd even has been announced after Diwali, starting the 13th of November. Listen in to the reactions that have been coming in.
एक सनातन विरोधी पहले तो पटाखों के नाम पर आप ऑड इवन लगाकर दिवाली से ठीक पहले बंद करते हैं, और जिसके पास एक गाड़ी है बेचारे के पास, वो बहन से मिलने कैसे जाएगा, ससुराल कैसे जाएगा, अपने दोस्त के पास दिवाली पे कैसे जाएगा। आप सनातन संस्कृति पर चोट मारना चाहते हो। विदेशी खालिस्तानियों को सपोर्ट किया आपने किसानों के नाम पर, और जो भारत को कमज़ोर करने वाली ताकतें हैं सनातन संस्कृति को, उनके हाथों खेलकर दिवाली से पूर्व में ऑड इवन बंद करने देना, तो ये बेगैरत है केजरीवाल साहब की। और कहीं ना कहीं भारत के लोगों को ये चोट देने वाली बात है कि उसकी संस्कृति को मिटाने के लिए लोग पैदा हो गए हैं।
प्रदूषण जो आता है, इसके जो छोटे पार्टिकल हैं हमारी बॉडी में रिएक्शन प्रोड्यूस करते हैं, और छोटे पार्टिकल जो PM2.5 है खून की नलियों में एंटर कर जाते हैं। इसके हमारे हमारी खून की नलियों की लाइनिंग ख़राब हो जाती है, ब्लड प्रेशर बढ़ जाता है, कोलेस्ट्रॉल डिपॉजिट बढ़ जाता है, ब्लॉकेजेस बढ़ जाती हैं, और हार्ट अटैक और स्ट्रोक का रिस्क काफ़ी बढ़ जाता है। शॉर्ट टर्म एक्सपोजर से भी और लॉन्ग टर्म एक्सपोजर, खास तौर से कोई मरीज हो जिनको की टेंडेंसी हो, जैसे हाइपरटेंशन हो, डायबिटीज़ हो, ओल्ड एज हो, पहले से स्ट्रोक की बीमारी हो या हार्ट की बीमारी हो, उनमें खास तौर से ये बड़ा रिस्क है प्रदूषण के मारे हार्ट अटैक और स्ट्रोक का।
All right, let's now take a look at how Delhi is faring as far as the air quality index over the last 5 days or so is concerned. It's been in the very poor and the hazardous category. So let's take a look at how things were on the 3rd of November. 466 was the AQI. Then it improved very marginally on the 4th of November. Again, 5th of November, it touched 454. It's improved again at 400, and again a marginal improvement today at 395. So that's how the air quality index in Delhi is. Remember, this is all above the very poor category. Dangerous, hazardous and very poor category. Not one day has the air been clean in Delhi city. Far from it, essentially. We're shifting focus right now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in Chhattisgarh. Let's take a listen.
ये लोकतंत्र का उत्सव है, हर नागरिक का उत्सव है। ये छत्तीसगढ़ के नए भविष्य के निर्माण का उत्सव है। इसलिए ज्यादा से ज्यादा संख्या में वोट डालकर आपको छत्तीसगढ़ में एक मजबूत सरकार बनानी है। साथियों, भारत में हमारे आदिवासी भाई बहनों की आबादी 9-10 करोड़ के आसपास है, लेकिन आजादी के बाद दशकों तक कांग्रेस के लिए आदिवासियों का कोई वजूद ही नहीं था। उन्हें उनके नसीब पे छोड़ दिया था। कांग्रेस ने कभी आपकी चिंता नहीं की, आपके बच्चों के बारे में नहीं सोचा, जबकि भाजपा ने हमेशा आदिवासी कल्याण को सर्वोच्च प्राथमिकता दी है। क्या कभी आपने भी सोचा था कि आदिवासी परिवार से निकली, गांव जंगलों में पैदा हुई, गरीब घर में पैदा हुई एक आदिवासी बेटी देश की राष्ट्रपति बनेगी? आपको गर्व हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है? हर किसी को गर्व हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है? कांग्रेस ने उन्हें रोकने की, उनके अपमान की इतनी कोशिश की आप कल्पना नहीं कर सकते हैं। लेकिन आदिवासी समाज की बहनों को ये सम्मान भाजपा ने ही दिया है। साथियों, जब केंद्र में कांग्रेस की सरकार थी तो उसे लगता था कि आदिवासियों के लिए पैसे खर्च करना मतलब गड्ढे में पैसे डालना, बर्बाद करना, यही उनकी सोच थी। लेकिन भाजपा ने जब भी आदिवासी हितों की बात आई, सरकार का खजाना खोल दिया, तिजोरी खोल दी। दोस्तों, भाजपा ने आदिवासी समाज के लिए केंद्र सरकार का बजट, ये याद रखना भाइयों, याद रखोगे? ऐसे नहीं हाथ ऊपर करके बताइए, याद रखोगे? पक्का रखोगे? आपने मुझे जो काम करने का मौका दिया ना, इस सेवा काल है मेरे लिए, तो सत्ता काल नहीं है। मैं सत्ता में विश्वास नहीं करता, मैं तो सेवा करने के लिए ही पैदा हुआ हूं और आपने मुझे सेवा का ही काम दिया है। आदिवासी समाज के लिए केंद्र सरकार का बजट 5 गुना बढ़ा दिया, 5 गुना। आप खुश हैं? आप खुश हैं? आपको संतोष हुआ? ये मोदी का काम है। आपके बच्चों की पढ़ाई अच्छी हो, इसलिए आदिवासी क्षेत्रों में 500 नए एकलव्य मॉडल स्कूल बनाए जा रहे हैं। अब आप देखिए, हमारे यहां गांव-गांव में अंग्रेजी वाली स्कूल तो है नहीं। गरीब का बच्चा अंग्रेजी स्कूल में जा नहीं सकता। और ये कांग्रेस के लोगों ने ऐसे नियम बनाए थे कि गरीब का बच्चा अगर अपने गांव की भाषा में पढ़ा है, अपने आदिवासी की भाषा में पढ़ा है, अपने राज्य की भाषा में पढ़ा है, तो वो बच्चा कभी डॉक्टर नहीं बन सकता था, इंजीनियर नहीं बन सकता था। क्योंकि डॉक्टर बनना है, इंजीनियर बनना है, तो आपको अंग्रेजी आनी जरूरी है। देश आजाद हो गया, लेकिन इनके दिमाग में से अंग्रेजी का भूत नहीं गया। मुझे बताइए भाई, आप किसी डॉक्टर के पास जाते हो, आपके पेट में दर्द हो रहा है, सर पे दर्द हो रहा है, सीने में दर्द हो रहा है, पाँव में दर्द हो रहा है, तो क्या डॉक्टर आपको अंग्रेजी में पूछता है क्या? आपकी भाषा में पूछता है कि नहीं पूछता है? आप अपनी भाषा में बताते हैं तो वो समझता है कि नहीं समझता है? तो फिर डॉक्टर बनने के लिए अंग्रेजी जरूरी है क्या? इंजीनियर बनने के लिए अंग्रेजी जरूरी है क्या? ये मोदी है जिसको आपकी तकलीफ का पता है, और इसलिए मैंने तय किया अब गरीब माँ का बच्चा भी डॉक्टर बनेगा, इंजीनियर बनेगा। जिस भाषा में वो पढ़ता है उसी भाषा में डॉक्टर बनेगा, उसी भाषा में इंजीनियर बनेगा।
Already heard from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who's in Chhattisgarh. Of course, he's campaigning for the second phase of elections in the state. It's a wrap on this bulletin. You can, in fact, catch all of those reports going up on our website as well. That's indiatoday.in. You can also download the India Today app. Now, as we gear up for the upcoming assembly elections, join India Today on WhatsApp with the #1 election team. Scan the QR code that you see on your screens right now. You can catch all our exclusive ground reports. Thank you so much for watching.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company. You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Carved from the heat and dust, he's seen India's blood and sweat.
Nooh has been simmering with communal tension.
Shaped by a nation in motion, firsthand.
This alliance hasn't still worked out how they intend over the next 10 months to work together.
And that's why, when he hits the field to report India's politics and polls,
You've always done what the Gandhis have wanted you to do.
India's finest reporter and the ultimate newsman, Rajdeep Sardesai. Only on India Today TV.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
All right, this is a beautiful location, and I have with me a beautiful friend. Or shall I say Beauty and Beast, the new Range Rover Velar here on Tech Today. And guess where I am? Well, it looks lovely. This serene surrounding happens to be right in the middle of wine country in France. We're on our way to Champagne, and all I can tell you is if you have a car like this, you can take it on-road, you can take your family in it as well, you can take it off-roading as well. That's going to be a surprise for you later on in the show. And honestly, this one is coming to Indian shores. Obviously in India, we'll only be getting the ICE option. We won't be getting the plug-in hybrid. Let me just walk you through what's new with the Range Rover Velar 2023, and also how this one is an ideal off-roading companion as well. All thanks to technology. All right, I'm standing here with this Beauty and Beast, so let me walk you through it a little bit. If you look at the front of the car, what's changed, right? Colors aside, it now comes with pixel LEDs. Also, with the Range Rovers, we've seen that technology across the lineup where when you're looking at oncoming traffic, high beam assist, all those things work in its favor. It adjusts the throw, the intensity, depending on the oncoming traffic, and of course, you know, how dark it is, how light it is. You see the wheels. The one we were driving was a 21-inch wheel spec. But let me be fully honest with you, this has been a fascinating trip where we've driven a bunch of Velars across the lineup, different specs. We've also driven other cars, which you'll see across our platforms. But we've taken some right-hand drive cars, some left-hand drive cars. So you'll see me doing all sorts of crazy things off-roading as well. And that's a spoiler alert for you. The color looks amazing. If you see this dual tone, honestly, it reminds me a lot of the iPhone 12 Pro Max's blue color, which I miss a lot, even with the new 15s and 14s. And you come on this side, very quickly, you'll see that it's a very sharp, minimalistic design. In fact, we spoke to the design head of Jaguar Land Rover for the Range Rovers when we had Tony on the show, and he told us that it's all about a reductionist approach, right? A lot of that really comes through in the inside of the car. When you get to the interiors is where you realize that they've really changed things up.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Welcome back. We're going straight to the Prime Minister, who in fact is addressing a poll campaign in Chhattisgarh. It's a public meeting that he's addressing in Bishrampur. Listen in.
मैंने तय किया था, मुसीबत बहुत बड़ी है, दिन रात दौड़ूंगा, जागूंगा, मेरे देश को बचाऊंगा, मेरे देश के लोगों को बचाऊंगा। याद कीजिए वो संकट के दिन, याद कीजिए अपने रिश्तेदार भी घर तक आने के लिए हिम्मत नहीं करते थे। उस समय ये मोदी दिन रात आपके लिए दौड़ता था, काम करता था। मैं सोचता था बाहर कारोबार नहीं है, लोग घर के बाहर जा नहीं पा रहे हैं, मेरे आदिवासी बच्चों का क्या होगा, मेरे गरीब बच्चों का क्या होगा? क्या मेरे देश में मेरा गरीब का बच्चा भूखा सो जाएगा? मेरे आदिवासी का बेटा बेटी भूखे सो जाएंगे? मैंने उसी दिन तय कर लिया था, सरकार के भंडार खोल दूंगा, लेकिन गरीब का चूल्हा बुझने नहीं दूंगा। अनाज के भंडार खोल दिए थे, इतना लंबा समय हो गया, आज भी गरीब को मुफ्त राशन मिल रहा है, 80 करोड़ गरीबों को मुफ्त राशन मिल रहा है ताकि उनका चूल्हा जलता रहे। भाइयों बहनों, मुझे मेरे देशवासियों ने इतने आशीर्वाद दिए, और जब गरीब के पेट में अन्न जाता है ना, गरीब का बच्चा जब भूखा नहीं सोता है ना, तो उसके आशीर्वाद हमारी जमीन पर भी नजर आते हैं, हमारी फसल में भी नजर आते हैं, और हमारा किसान भी पैदावार ज्यादा करता है। और इसलिए मोदी ने एक बहुत बड़ा फैसला किया है, मैंने निश्चय कर लिया है, और ये मोदी की गारंटी है। ये योजना यूं तो दिसंबर में पूरी होने वाली थी। 80 करोड़ परिवारों को जो आज अनाज मिलता है वो दिसंबर में पूरा हो जाने वाला था, लेकिन ये आपका बेटा आपके लिए ही जीता है, और इसलिए हमने तय किया है आने वाले 5 वर्ष के लिए उन सभी परिवारों को मुफ्त में राशन मिलेगा। आपके मोबाइल की लाइट चालू करके गरीबों के कल्याण के लिए आपके मोबाइल फोन की फ्लैश लाइट चालू कीजिए। गरीबों के कल्याण के लिए आपके मोबाइल की फ्लैश लाइट चालू करिए। सब लोग अपना मोबाइल निकालिए। ये गरीबों के कल्याण का निर्णय है। ये गरीबों के बच्चों को रात को खाने पिया न सो जाए, इसके लिए निर्णय है। आप अपना लाइट चालू करके इसका समर्थन कीजिए। ये गरीबों की भलाई के लिए हुआ काम है। भाइयों बहनों, आपका ये प्यार और ये गरीबों के लिए आपका प्यार, ये आपका गरीबों के लिए प्यार है, मेरे आदिवासी बच्चों के लिए प्यार है। आपका ये समर्थन, यही मेरी ताकत है। भाइयों बहनों, बोलो मेरे साथ भारत माता की, मेरे साथ बोलो भारत माता की। हमारे देश में अब किसी गरीब का बच्चा भूखा नहीं रहेगा। कोई मां, बहन, बेटी भूखी नहीं सोएगी। मेरे परिवारजनों, भाजपा सरकार जो कहती है वो करके दिखाती है। भाजपा ने कहा था हर गरीब को 5 लाख रुपए तक के मुफ्त इलाज की सुविधा देंगे। भाजपा ने कहा था हर घर में शौचालय बनाएंगे। भाजपा ने कहा था हर गरीब के घर में उज्ज्वला का गैस कनेक्शन देंगे। भाजपा ने कहा था महिला आरक्षण का कानून बनाकर दिखाएंगे। भाजपा ने कहा था 3 तलाक के खिलाफ कानून बनाएंगे। हमने ये सारी गारंटी पूरी कर दी भाई, सारी गारंटी पूरी किया कि नहीं किया? किया कि नहीं किया? यही तो मोदी की गारंटी होती है। और भाजपा ने कहा था अयोध्या में भव्य राम मंदिर बनवाएंगे। और ये मोदी है। अयोध्या में भव्य राम मंदिर भी बनता है और 4 करोड़ गरीबों का घर भी बनता है। प्रभु श्री राम के ननिहाल, ये तो प्रभु श्री राम का ननिहाल है, और आपके लिए तो ये कई गुना अधिक खुशी का पल है। और मुझे पक्का विश्वास है इस बार प्रभु राम जी का ननिहाल भी मोदी को भरपूर आशीर्वाद देगा। साथियों, मोदी ने गरीब, दलित, पिछड़े और आदिवासी परिवारों को उनका पक्का घर देने की गारंटी दी है। देश में 4 करोड़ से अधिक परिवारों को इस गारंटी का फायदा मिल चुका है। लेकिन छत्तीसगढ़ में कांग्रेस की सरकार गरीबों को पक्के घर नहीं मिलने दे रही है। मैं जोर लगाता रहा, समझाता रहा, लेकिन वो नहीं किया। अब मैं आपको कहता हूं कि अब कांग्रेस की विदाई पक्की है, आपका घर भी पक्का है। आपके पास अभी तक पक्का आवास नहीं है, आप लिख लीजिए मोदी की गारंटी। यहां भाजपा सरकार बनते ही फिर से मेरा काम शुरू हो जाएगा। आपको पक्का घर दे करके रहने वाला, और यही तो मोदी की गारंटी है। विशेष रूप से मैं अपनी बहनों बेटियों को बताना चाहता हूं, ये घर बनता है लाखों रुपयों का, लेकिन अब पहले हमें मालूम हमारे समाज में कैसी व्यवस्था थी। घर है तो पिता के नाम पे या पति के नाम पे, दुकान है तो पति के नाम पे या बेटे के नाम पर, खेत है तो पति के नाम पे या बेटे के नाम पर, गाड़ी लाए तो पति के नाम पर, बेटी के नाम पर कुछ नहीं, महिला के नाम पर कुछ है ही नहीं। सब कुछ या तो पति के नाम पर या तो बेटे के नाम पर। ये मोदी ने तय किया, अब जो घर देगा ना सरकार, माताओं बहनों के नाम दिया जाएगा। मालिक मेरी माताएं बहनें बनेगी। अब आप महिलाओं के नाम पर भी कोई संपत्ति होगी, अब आप महिलाएं भी लखपति होगी, अपने घर की मालकिन होगी। और जब ऐसा ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड हो तभी लोग कहते हैं मोदी की गारंटी यानी हर गारंटी पूरा होने की गारंटी। तभी छत्तीसगढ़ का भरोसा होता है, भाजपा ने बनाया है, भाजपा ही संवारेगी। साथियों, एक तरफ भाजपा का संकल्प पत्र है तो दूसरी तरफ कांग्रेस का झूठ का कारोबार। आप सभी को कांग्रेस ने विश्वासघात के सिवाय कुछ नहीं दिया है। कांग्रेस ने छत्तीसगढ़ के युवाओं को क्या क्या सपने दिखाए थे और दिया क्या? उन्होंने महादेव के नाम पर भी घोटाला कर दिया। महादेव के नाम पर महादेव सट्टेबाजी घोटाले की चर्चा आज देश और विदेश में हो रही है। कांग्रेस ने अपनी तिजोरी भरने के लिए आपके बच्चों से सट्टेबाजी करवाई है। क्या इनको माफ करेंगे क्या आप? आपके बच्चों को बर्बाद करने वाला काम ऐसे लोगों को माफ करोगे आप? और ये सब किसके इशारे पर हुआ? किसके इशारे पर हुआ? किसके इशारे पर हुआ? उनको सजा मिलनी चाहिए कि नहीं मिलनी चाहिए? पहले सजा आप दोगे कि नहीं दोगे? कमल के निशान पर बटन दबा करके कड़ी से कड़ी सजा ऐसे लोगों को करनी है भाइयों। मुख्यमंत्री कार्यालय यहां सट्टेबाजों का अड्डा कैसे बना हुआ था? और ये कक्का आपका, सब लोग तो कहते हैं 30% कक्का, 30% कक्का, खुलेआम सट्टा। ये 30% कक्का खुलेआम सट्टा चला रहे थे। आज यहां के मुख्यमंत्री के करीबी जेल में बंद है। छापों में नोटों के बड़े बड़े ढेर मिल रहे हैं जी, सबूत के साथ करोड़ों रुपए पकड़े जा रहे हैं। जो घोटाले का सबसे बड़ा आरोपी है वो टीवी पर आकर कह रहा है कि उसने मुख्यमंत्री को 500 करोड़ रुपए से ज्यादा रिश्वत दी है। अब आपको सबूत की जरूरत है क्या? देने वाला खुद कह रहा है रुपये मिल रहे हैं और फिर भी आपसे वो वोट मांग रहे हैं। शर्म नाम की चीज नहीं है इनको। इनको साफ करना पड़ेगा भाइयों, साफ करना पड़ेगा। करोगे? हर पोलिंग बूथ में से सफाई करनी पड़ेगी, क्योंकि ऐसे आरोपों से घिरे मुख्यमंत्री को एक दिन भी सीएम की कुर्सी पर नहीं रहना चाहिए। आज आप देख रहे हैं कि यहां के मुख्यमंत्री उन पर लगे आरोपों के बाद कांग्रेस के बड़े बड़े दिग्गजों ने भी उनसे किनारा कर लिया है। ये आरोप इतने गंभीर है, सबूत इतने सटीक है कि कांग्रेस से अपने मुख्यमंत्री का बचाव करना भी मुश्किल हो गया है। हो सकता है आज जब मैंने कहा तो हो सकता है कांग्रेस के नेता कुछ उनके बचाव में दो चार आधी अधूरी बात बोल करके खाना पूर्ति कर लें, लेकिन कांग्रेस का एक नेता इनकी पापों के पक्ष में एक शब्द बोल नहीं रहा है। सब चुप हो गए क्योंकि उनको मालूम है कि इन्होंने अपने और अपने बच्चों की भलाई के लिए पूरी कांग्रेस पार्टी को डुबो दिया। लेकिन मैं आपको विश्वास दिलाता हूं, आपको मेरे विश्वास पे भरोसा है? आपको भरोसा है? आपको मैं गारंटी देता हूं, महादेव सट्टेबाजी घोटाले में भाजपा दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी करके रहेगी। कोई कितना ही बड़ा नाम क्यों ना हो, कितना ही चमरबंदी क्यों ना हो, आपके बच्चों को बर्बाद करने वाले ऐसे लोगों को जेल जाकर के जिंदगी पूरी करनी पड़ेगी। आपके बच्चों के साथ खेला गया है। मेरे परिवारजनों, कांग्रेस के नेताओं को कभी आपके बेटे बेटियों की, आने वाली पीढ़ियों की परवाह नहीं रही है। कांग्रेस के नेताओं ने आपके बच्चों को नौकरी देने का भी वादा किया था।
Alright, the Prime Minister there reiterating the Mahadev app attack on Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel and spoken about the fact that the state of Chhattisgarh has not seen any development under the Congress. With that, it's time for a quick commercial break. Your news continues on the other side.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest. Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
We won't have any of it. That is the word from the Government of India on allegations of Meta and Instagram tweaking content to make their platforms addictive. India has said that free pass and immunity to social media platforms are over and strict accountability will be enforced.
Social media app can be used maturely or mindfully only after understanding these consequences. That means that there has to be a capping of age. Young children are more impressionable, and when they are looking at content repeatedly, it forms their opinions, it forms their ideologies, it forms their personality, and they get less and less choice in forming an ideology, because that is the only ideology that they are being exposed to.
This comes in the backdrop of a lawsuit against Meta, which also operates Facebook, by more than 40 US states, saying that Facebook, Instagram features are addictive and target kids. The complaint says Meta has repeatedly misled the public about the substantial dangers of its platforms and knowingly induced young children and teenagers into addictive and compulsive social media use. Research has shown that young people's use of Meta's social media platforms is associated with depression, anxiety, insomnia, interference with education and daily life, and many other negative outcomes. Meta has been accused of intentionally designing its platforms to manipulate dopamine responses in its young users to maximize time spent on its platforms. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today TV.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
What really should be your alternatives to white refined sugar, which clearly is something that you must avoid? Let's talk about what you can use instead of this white sugar. Number one, organic brown sugar. Organic, then all the very better, because this is extremely healthy. Now what it does essentially is that this is processed, but it is made in the most natural way to retain most of sugarcane's nutrition, and that's the reason why this should be an alternative. Coconut or palm sugar, again extremely healthy sources of sugar, which are alternatives as well. Extracted from the flower buds of the coconut palm tree, the sugar has a mild caramel taste and can be used in a number of ways in your delicacies, also for daily consumption. Date sugar, extremely nutritious natural sweetener. Date sugar can be a great addition to your diet. This also is a good alternative. Jaggery or gur, as we know, it has got a world of benefits in terms of what it does to your body. Essentially, a lot of people have spoken about the fact that during pollution, you should be consuming a lot of gur. It's a great alternative to sugar. Also, the fact that it is rich in iron is really an added benefit and added advantage. Raw or unprocessed honey. This too is a great alternative. You can use it in various forms, like you use white refined sugar. It tastes extremely good as well.
Armed with facts, she takes the news by its horns.
You think the future of these students are not hampered?
Fierce, bold and direct, setting the tone for the biggest stories from every corner and every angle. Expect nothing but the unfiltered truth.
News first, niceties later. Watch me, Nabila Jamal, on India Today.
watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Hello there, a very good afternoon. You're watching India Today TV. This is Lunch Break. I'm Singh Mordani. Here are the headlines. First phase 1 of polling in Chhattisgarh and Mizoram is currently underway. Chhattisgarh sees brisk voting in Naxal hotbeds. Mizoram sees over 31% voting till 11 a.m. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's huge Mahadev attack on Baghel claims illegal betting in the name of Mahadev. Says Congress got your kids into betting racket.
कांग्रेस ने अपनी तिजोरी भरने के लिए आपके बच्चों से सट्टेबाजी करवाई है।
Telangana Congress Chief Raman to fight against KCR. Raman Reddy versus KCR battle in Kamara Reddy constituency. Delhi air quality remains in hazardous category for the 5th day in a row, but marginally dips to below 400 mark. Jewish man succumbs to injuries in US, California after he was hit in the head by pro-Palestine protester.
Co-presented by आपका जॉय भारत का जॉय जॉय ई-बाइक, co-powered by पारुल यूनिवर्सिटी वडोदरा गुजरात।
And we have some news just coming in. This is Prime Minister Narendra Modi's huge Mahadev attack on Bhupesh Baghel. Modi says illegal betting in the name of Mahadev. Congress got your kids into the betting racket, says the Prime Minister, during the course of the election campaign for the second phase of voting in Chhattisgarh. The Chief Minister's office is a hub of bookies, says Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his scathing attack. There, listen in.
एक तरफ भाजपा का संकल्प पत्र है तो दूसरी तरफ कांग्रेस का झूठ का कारोबार। आप सभी को कांग्रेस ने विश्वासघात के सिवाय कुछ नहीं दिया है। कांग्रेस ने छत्तीसगढ़ के युवाओं को क्या क्या सपने दिखाए थे और दिया क्या? उन्होंने महादेव के नाम पर भी घोटाला कर दिया। महादेव के नाम पर महादेव सट्टेबाजी घोटाले की चर्चा आज देश और विदेश में हो रही है। कांग्रेस ने अपनी तिजोरी भरने के लिए आपके बच्चों से सट्टेबाजी करवाई है।
The BJP has been going all guns blazing against Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel and Chhattisgarh, the incumbent government, that of the Congress, saying that this is the Mahadev book app racket that was run by Chief Minister's office. The Chief Minister's office is the office, in fact, the hub of bookies, says the Prime Minister. In fact, urging the people of Chhattisgarh to not vote for the Congress, saying that it is the Congress that got your kids into the betting racket. Listen in.
एक तरफ भाजपा का संकल्प पत्र है तो दूसरी तरफ कांग्रेस का झूठ का कारोबार। आप सभी को कांग्रेस ने विश्वासघात के सिवाय कुछ नहीं दिया है। कांग्रेस ने छत्तीसगढ़ के युवाओं को क्या क्या सपने दिखाए थे और दिया क्या? उन्होंने महादेव के नाम पर भी घोटाला कर दिया। महादेव के नाम पर महादेव सट्टेबाजी घोटाले की चर्चा आज देश और विदेश में हो रही है। कांग्रेस ने अपनी तिजोरी भरने के लिए आपके बच्चों से सट्टेबाजी करवाई है।
Sumi Rajapan is getting asked more details on that story. Sumi has been tracking the investigations very closely as expected. The Prime Minister is in fact launching an attack on the Chief Minister, saying that the CM's office is actually the hub of bookies there. Sumi.
Yes, absolutely. As anticipated, another scathing attack by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And in fact, last time around, he had made a similar speech in Durg where he
So
had
in a moment from now, we have more news that's just come in. Let's go straight to developments. And this is from the Supreme Court of India. Okay, we have these developments from the Supreme The top court's hard-hitting observation on pollution. The Supreme Court has told Punjab, stop farm fires right now. The top court has said we are at zero patience level. Justice Kaul says if I start a bulldozer, won't stop. Supreme Court has told Delhi your buses are causing pollution. So that's in fact the court, the Supreme Court of India, coming down heavily on Delhi and Punjab, saying that we are at zero patience level. The Supreme Court says that you have to stop farm fires, is what the court has said. Asking, in fact, the Punjab government to ensure that farm fires don't take place. That's what the Supreme Court has said. Now, as far as the Delhi government is concerned, the court has told Delhi that your buses are causing huge amount of pollution. So you have to, in fact, ensure that that does not happen. This is, in fact, the Supreme Court that's been hearing the matter on pollution. Of course, that is an issue that concerns all of us. A perennial problem in Delhi, with the Supreme Court now coming down heavily, saying that stop farm fires right now. If I start the bulldozer, I won't stop, says Justice Kaul. Supreme Court's hard-hitting observations, even as the court hears this matter on farm fires and the reasons for pollution in Delhi city and the National Capital Region. We are at zero patience level, says the Supreme Court. Zero patience level. Stop farm fires right now is the observation of the Supreme Court of India, directing Punjab government to ensure. Also, we can't make Delhi go through this every year, year after year. Kanu, in fact, is getting us more details on that story. Kanu Sharda joining us live right now. The Supreme Court says you have to stop farm fires. That's the instruction from the Apex Court. It's been said in the past as well, but we've seen that as far as adherence is concerned, there is a lot that needs to be done, Kanu, isn't it? Okay, trying to connect with Kanu Sharda in a moment from now, but Justice Kaul says I saw raging farm fires in Punjab. The Delhi government has to ensure that the buses are not polluting in nature, and the Punjab government has to stop the farm fires, says the Supreme Court. A series of observations that have been coming in, expecting also from the court to in fact deliver an order today as far as pollution is concerned. Yes, these are more developments that we're reporting on. It's the same political party governing Punjab and Delhi. So what's going wrong is the question that the Supreme Court of India is asking. It's the AAP government in Delhi and the AAP government in the state of Punjab. Supreme Court talks tough on pollution. The Supreme Court of India is talking tough on pollution. The Supreme Court says stop farm fires. To the Delhi government it says stop your polluting buses. We can't make Delhi go through this year after year, is what the Supreme Court has said. These are observations coming in from the Supreme Court, even as it hears this matter concerning pollution, a perennial problem in this region at this time of the year. Supreme Court says the same party is in fact governing Delhi and Punjab. So what is going wrong? These are the Supreme Court's hard-hitting observations, even as it continues to hear the matter on pollution. These are very hard-hitting observations of the Supreme Court of India today, as it hears the matter on pollution. Srishti, in fact, has more on that. Hard-hitting observations. I'll connect with Srishti in a moment from now, but the court has said same party continues to govern Delhi and Punjab. So why can't you do this? It's the same pollution nightmare year after year after year, says the Supreme Court of India. We can't make Delhi go through this every single year. Same party, same political party, referring to the Aam Aadmi Party, is governing Delhi and Punjab, says the Supreme Court. So why can't you fix this problem? That's the Supreme Court's observations on pollution. Kanu Sharda is getting us more details on that. Kanu, just elaborate on what has just been said by the court.
The court is pulling up the Punjab government for sowing the paddy crop at this point of time during this season, and says that this pollution is basically in Delhi because of the sowing of the paddy crop in Punjab. The court also categorically told the Punjab government that the situation in Delhi needs to be improved, and this can't happen year after year. We are monitoring this pollution case since 2018. Various directions have been passed, but no concrete solution has been achieved so far. And the court also has, in its oral observation, said that Delhi and Punjab government are run by the same party. Then what is the problem? You can't pass on the buck from here and there. So a solution needs to be found out, and that is why the Supreme Court is saying that it will now regularly monitor the pollution hearings week after week until the situation improves in the national capital. And it went on to say that the lives of the citizens are more important than anything else, and this increasing pollution has to be controlled.
Well, absolutely. Even as the political blame game continues, what has been said by the Supreme Court, Kanu, is that it's the same political party. So why can't you fix this? Earlier there was blame game that we are not ruling in Punjab, but right now it's the AAP in Punjab, the AAP in Delhi.
Yes, they are very right. You think, in fact, the top court has also observed that because of the sowing of the paddy crop around this season, the water level in Punjab goes drastically down, and that is creating another problem for the state of Punjab as well. State of Punjab, in its arguments before the top court, has said that they want a 3,000 crore package, which they have estimated, and they have said that 25% the Punjab government is going to bear the cost, and 25% is they are seeking from the Delhi government, and rest 50% is what they are planning to seek from the centre. What they are seeking is that they want all the chief secretaries of the states to sit together and find out a concrete solution. As we are talking, the order is still being pronounced from the Supreme Court as to what action now the Supreme Court is planning.
Be with us. Coming back to you, in fact, BJP's Amit Malviya is also now joining us. Mr. Amit Malviya, very hard-hitting observations just now by the court, says AAP is ruling Delhi, AAP is ruling Punjab. So where is the problem? Why can't you fix it?
The problem is Arvind Kejriwal. He does not want to do anything. He has been in power in Delhi for the longest time, and an AAP government has been in Punjab for the last 1.5 years. When they came into power last year, they had 6 months. Arvind Kejriwal wanted another year to ensure that he fixes this problem. Of course, they have done nothing. In fact, the instances of farm fires have gone up. And where is Arvind Kejriwal right now? He's campaigning in other states where elections are happening, when he should be focusing on the problem on hand. Millions of people, young children, infants, old people are dying because they're inhaling poisonous air. We are looking at AQI of 999 when the acceptable number is 30. I mean, the kind of rancid, acrid air, the poisonous air that we are inhaling, it is obviously going to cause a lot of problems. People have various kind of ailments, asthmatic patients, all kinds of issues. And it's not as if you can escape it. You can be anywhere, but you are inhaling this poisonous air.
Well,
and Arvind Kejriwal is responsible for it, no one else.
Yes. You know, there are some important other observations as well, and I understand, Mr. Malviya, like for any political party, it will be very difficult to, in fact, act tough on farmers. The court has also spoken about the fact that the idea of paddy cultivation is worrisome, and this is the time when we probably should stop growing paddy. You know, the perception is that political parties find it difficult to take a tough call when it involves farmers. Mr. Malviya.
It is about incentivizing the farmers. It is not about taking a tough call on farmers. If you give the farmers an option to dispose of their stubble, they will do it. But if you do not put in a program, you do not put in a policy, you do not have a conversation with the farmers, in the last 1 year, show me anything that the Punjab government has done in terms of engagement with the farmers, in terms of putting up industries. And you look at Arvind Kejriwal's pronunciations before they won Punjab, he has all the solutions as far as addressing the stubble burning is concerned, but they have not implemented anything. So it's not about acting against farmers. Let's not blame the farmers, because unless you give them an option, unless you incentivize them, unless you help them change their cropping pattern, naturally they will do what they've been doing for years. But that's not the solution. Governments are elected for the solutions they bring around. And Arvind Kejriwal came on the promise of addressing these issues, but he has done nothing. He actually does nothing. All that he does is offers freebies and wins elections. And we are paying the price for it.
Okay, Mr. Malviya, I want to ask you, as far as the central government is concerned, how can the centre step in and ensure that we are not made to go through this problem year after year? I'm just, generally asking you from the point of view of citizens of Delhi, because everybody around us is suffering.
Madam, the central government has no role in it. Agriculture is a state subject. Stubble burning is something that the states have to address. Punjab government has to be asked, please dial up.
But Mr. Malviya, Mr. Malviya, I'm just simply asking you from the point of view of this being a huge health emergency. Yes, health is a state subject. I understand. COVID was the state's responsibility, but the centre stepped in, right? So that's my question. What can the centre do? What is the centre planning to do is my question. Because we need help, be it from state governments or from the central government.
Let's not draw false equivalence. COVID was a national emergency, and so the central government stepped in. It was not a state subject. Agriculture is a state subject. And I repeat again, this is the problem perpetuated by the Punjab government, and they have to address it. Bhagwant Mann and Arvind Kejriwal, since they are campaigning together all the time, have to be asked what are they doing about it. Let's not bring in the central government, because it is not for the central government to fix this problem. It is a Punjab government issue. It's a Delhi government issue. Arvind Kejriwal and Bhagwant Mann have to fix it.
All right, I'm going to thank you, Mr. Malviya, for joining us. It's a Punjab issue. It's a Delhi issue. The state governments of both of these states have to fix it, says the BJP, but it's a crisis. Nevertheless, it's a huge health concern. It's a health crisis. It's a wrap from the Supreme Court of India. And this is a story that we are, in fact, breaking right now. It's the Supreme Court's observations in which the court essentially has said it's the same story year after year. How long can the people suffer? It's the same party, in fact, which are ruling both in Delhi and in Punjab. And why has the solution not been found? The court essentially has said that growing paddy is not more important than the lives of people. That's what the court essentially has said. Because this concern, of course, is after the paddy is grown and the stubble burning that takes thereafter in this season, and that is what leads to farm fires and of course adds to the woes of Delhiites and the people living in the National Capital Region, particularly polluting many other cities in the northwestern part of India, involving the national capital as well. The court essentially has said that growing paddy is not more important than the lives of people. That's what the Supreme Court has said. Also wrapping the up, saying that you are in fact in Delhi and in Punjab, so why can't you fix it? We are at zero patience level. If I start the bulldozer, says Justice Kaul, it won't stop. Supreme Court to Delhi government says your buses are also causing pollution. That's what the court essentially has said. Very hard-hitting observations. Given that the air quality index in Delhi is above the 400 mark, marginal improvement to 395 today in Delhi city, but the entire national capital region is suffering. Now, Gurugram has asked children to in fact be at home. Online classes are on from grades 1 to in fact 5. Faridabad has done the same. Noida has made this optional. In Delhi, of course, the schools continue to be closed and or even to be in effect from the 13th of November. The Supreme Court's observations is what Kanu is telling us about. Kanu, tell us more.
Yes, even the amicus curiae Prajita Singh, who was assisting this court since very long time, has told the top court that even the IIT study says that the 20% of the Delhi pollution is because of the crop burning which is happening in the adjacent states, and 15% is the vehicular pollution which is causing a lot of issues. And since the draft rulings are already there from the Delhi government, she has also cited that because of those steps taken by the Delhi government, the vehicular pollution has come down. It needs to be cut down further so that the weather, which is, we are entering the winter season, the air quality gets difficult to handle this kind of pollution around this time. That is why she has said that, the IIT has done a detailed study on that and listed out some measures to it. But she was also of the view that, the pollution is happening year after year in the same situation, year after year, and this needs to be stopped. And this, the court is saying that, the lives of the citizens are more important, and we cannot allow the younger generation to face a situation like this in the past. And that is why they are keening on, having this matter week after week, so that this pollution issue can be resolved for once and for all. As I told you earlier also, since 2018, the Supreme Court is monitoring this issue, and no result has, been achieved so far.
The Supreme Court has said there is zero patience that we have right now, isn't it? On farm fires. What has the Council for Punjab essentially said? Talk to us about that, Kanu.
The Punjab government has basically said that they have eliminated various steps in the state. They have given the farmers the stubble burning machines, which comes at they have given it on a subsidized rate of 50%. But they're still saying that the issue is not only this. The issue needs to be solved by sitting together, and they have sought some monetary relief of 3,000 crore, from which they are saying that 25% will be taken care of by the Punjab government, 25% by the Delhi government, and rest of the amount, 50% of the amount, should be brought by the centre government, and the situation of the stubble burning can be controlled. But at this, the Supreme Court has categorically said that the paddy crop should not be sowed in the state anymore, because it is not only generating the pollution in Delhi, but this is also a problem for the water level going down to the state of Punjab. And that is why they are saying that the paddy crop should not be sowed at all, especially during this season, so that the pollution which is happening in Delhi should stop for once for all.
Yes, it's a problem as far as placating the farmers is concerned, but these are solutions that the Supreme Court has come up with. Also saying that buses in Delhi are also polluting, isn't it, Kanu?
Yes, they have. They have also said that the buses currently plying in the Delhi capital is also creating a lot of pollution. As quoting the IIT study, which means that the 15% pollution is there in Delhi just because of the vehicular movement, especially those trucks which pass through Delhi and go to the other states. This should be, but now we are seeing that the GRAP ruling, the GRAP notification is already there imposed in Delhi, but this has now happened just a day before, not before the start of the season. So the Supreme Court is saying that we should take the decision early and and we should now act and don't confine ourselves only over the committee meetings happening here and there.
There are details that are emerging right now. Kanu is getting us up to speed with that. The Supreme Court has said it's still the same pollution nightmare year after year. Are we expecting an order from the court as well today itself?
Can you repeat your question, please?
I was asking you, the court, of course, has said we've got 0 patients, but are we expecting a concrete order? And has anything said about the role of the centre in all of this, Kanu?
Yes, the center wanted to intervene when the Supreme Court then interfered and said that the center can't interfere in such issues, and center should at least come forward and help those states, and the issue should be resolved and convene a meeting of the officials and resolve this issue. So most likely the meeting is going to take place tomorrow, as far as I understand, because when we are speaking, the order is still being pronounced in the open court. So that needs to be seen whether the court will, all these observations come out in the proper order or not. That needs to be seen. And the only thing is that why Justice Kaul, who is one of the senior most members of the Supreme Court, has said that there is a 0 patients level, which is because the Supreme Court is monitoring this case since 2018, and no concrete solution has been found so far. And remember, Justice Kaul is the same person who was once heading the demolitions which happened in Delhi in the past, and that is why he has used the phrase that if I start using bulldozer, I will not stop. So the issue over here is that the Justice Kaul is pressing very hard to the all government.
In fact, we're getting in more details that we're getting, and this is extremely important. The Supreme Court has not just come down heavily on Punjab and Delhi, but has directed other adjacent states also. In fact, other adjacent states have been asked to stop farm fires, and this includes the states of Haryana and Rajasthan. The states of Haryana and Rajasthan have to stop farm fires, is what the Supreme Court of India has said. Not just Punjab and Delhi are responsible for this, but the other states as well. Rajasthan, of course, ruled by the Congress party there. This is what the court essentially has said. I'm going to go across to Kanu for more on that. UP and Haryana by the BJP. So it's collective responsibility is what the court is getting at, hinting at. Kanu.
Yes, the court is actually seeing the 5 states which joined Delhi. They are seeing Punjab, Rajasthan, Haryana and UP also, and they have now issued the directions for all the states that it is a collective responsibility of all the states, so that Delhi doesn't suffer because of them. And that is categorically the main crux, that the pollution problem is year after year, and this needs to be curbed once for and all, for every reason. And that is why the directions are being passed to other states as well to help Delhi citizens to maintain their health. The court at one point of time also said during the hearing that that health of the citizen is a prime responsibility of the state governments, and state governments should not shy away from doing this. And this is the way we are actually murdering. We are not controlling the pollution at this point of time. We're actually leading to murdering our citizens like this. So that is why the observations are coming from the top court, because year after the situation remains the same.
Terrible situation as far as Delhi city and the neighbouring cities are concerned, neighbouring areas, not just cities, but even rural centres. Now, with the Supreme Court directing Delhi's neighbours to stop farm fires, here's what the court has said, that we have 0 patients level and growing paddy not as important as saving the lives of people. Supreme Court has asked Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Haryana and Punjab to stop farm fires instantly. These are observations from the Supreme Court of India, even as they continue to hear this very important matter. With that, it's time for a quick commercial break. News continues on the other side.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Get ready for an immersive journey into the heart of news, politics and insights that matter. Join India Today now on WhatsApp with the #1 election team as we gear up for the upcoming Assembly elections. Scan the QR code now.
Join India Today now on WhatsApp. Follow these steps. Open WhatsApp on your phone. Check for a new updates tab. Select Find Channel and type India Today. After finding the channel, tap the Follow button.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. You are watching India Today, powered by Finest. Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
An app with a glitzy facade. Mahadev app, a notorious online betting platform, becomes the hottest political poker table just before the Chhattisgarh elections. This after an India Today investigation found the app's network operating actively in the state where it originated, despite a crackdown by local police and the Enforcement Directorate. Following our probe, the central government swiftly wielded its regulatory sword, pronouncing a ban on the Mahadev app and 21 other digital betting realms.
मीडिया और सरकार मिलकर उनके साथ एक प्रयास के साथ उनको डिटर करने के लिए, उनको ब्लॉक करने के लिए हम काम करें। आपका अवेयरनेस, आपके प्रोग्राम से एक अवेयरनेस भी बढ़ेगा कि कैसे ये क्रिमिनल लोग हमारे देश में एक क्रिमिनलिटी फैला रहे हैं और उनके कैसे पॉलिटिकल सपोर्टर्स भी हैं।
The BJP government at the centre accused the ruling Congress in Chhattisgarh of allowing the app operations to flourish even during 1.5 years of investigation by the state police.
हमारे एक तरह से पॉलिटिकल क्लास हैं, भूपेन बघेल जी जैसे लोग हैं जो इस तरह के क्रिमिनल एलिमेंट्स के साथ मिलकर हमारे बच्चों को, हमारे युवाओं को भड़काना चाहते हैं, उनको मिसलीड करना चाहते हैं और एक तरह से गैम्बलिंग और बेटिंग में एडिक्शन क्रिएट करना चाहते हैं।
जब मेरा मीटिंग हुआ उसके बाद से मैंने अब तक 508 करोड़ रुपए दे चुका है।
In a video message, a key accused in Mahadev betting case, identified as Shubham Soni, made a sensational claim, accusing the Chhattisgarh Chief Minister of encouraging him to set up this online gambling business. CM Baghel dismissed the claims and questioned the authenticity of the suspect, now described as the original owner of the banned platform.
And the Supreme Court's big directions to stop pollution in Delhi. Here's what the court has said. Stop crop burning by Delhi neighbours. Local cops to be made responsible to stop farm fires. Chief Secretary of State's culpable for farm fires. Penalise Punjab farmers for breaching the law, says the Supreme Court of India. A series of directives from the Supreme Court of India. The police is to ensure that farm fires don't happen. That's what the court has said. The Chief Secretary of States are culpable for farm fires. Penalise the farmers for breaching law. Penalise the farmers in Punjab. And not just Punjab, the court has also gone on to say that other states too are responsible, like Haryana, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh. To Delhi, it says if you have the same political party in Delhi and in Punjab. So why is it that you are not getting this right? Is what the Supreme Court of India has said. Penalise farmers for breaching the law. Local police to ensure that farm fires don't happen. Here are the observations of the Supreme Court of India as far as farm fires are concerned. These are directions to stop pollution in Delhi and the neighbouring national capital region. In fact, as far as politics on this matter is concerned, it continues. Manjeet is getting asked more details on that. Manjeet, the court today has, in fact, offered some solutions, and this involves farmers. The big question here is that which political party will want to upset them? Stop stubble burning, and also as far as the cultivation of paddy is concerned, the court says the cultivation of paddy isn't more important than human lives. Okay, we'll try and go across to Manjeet in a moment from now, but this is what that's been said by the Supreme Court of India on the issue of pollution, saying that you should penalise Punjab farmers. Now, not just farmers in Punjab, the court has also in fact gone on to make a series of other observations, saying that it's not just farm fires in Punjab, but in Haryana, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. In that sense, it's collective action and farm fires must stop. Stop crop burning to in fact ensure that the air in Delhi remains clean, says the Supreme Court of India. Also asking questions of the Aam Aadmi Party, coming down heavily, saying that you are in fact in power in Delhi and in Punjab as well. Now, the court has also questioned the efficacy of the odd-even scheme. These are more developments. Remember, we are telling you all about the observations from the Supreme Court of India, and we're getting you up to speed with that. Now, the Supreme Court has asked questions now. So, Supreme Court has questioned the efficacy of the odd-even scheme. Shreya, in fact, is getting us more details on that story. The court has said odd-even scheme is merely an optic, Shreya, even as the scheme is going to be implemented from the 13th of November onwards.
Well, clearly, so Sneha, we're seeing the Supreme Court once again come down heavily on the Delhi government specifically because of the hazardous AQI conditions in the national capital. First and foremost, they have clearly observed that the odd and even scheme seems to be an optics. Even if it was implemented before, it hasn't really worked as a solution to get down the AQI levels. Not just that, there has been clear directions now to the governments of Punjab, Rajasthan, Haryana to ensure that crop burning is stopped immediately. That is what has been suggested by the Supreme Court. Important to tell, these are suggestions that had come in earlier as well. We've seen solutions. There was a biogas plant that was inaugurated in Sangrur to acquire the stubble last year. Even then, the stubble burning peaked since the last week. Figures touched 3,000, 2,000 farm fires per day. So some somewhere down the line right now, we are seeing the Supreme Court making the decision at the behest of what the government should have been doing, coming together, sitting on board on one single table. Once again, the order is right now coming in from the courts to ensure that everything is done at a level of emergencies. Crop burning has to stop immediately. Local police will also have to take action on that. And there has been a clear directive, or an observation rather, that the odd and even scheme seems to be nothing less than an optics that has been initiated in the NCR region.
Yes, but what's the solution is the big question here. Manjeet is joining us from Chandigarh. Manjeet, if you can hear me now, I'm just wondering, the court has said that, paddy, growing paddy isn't as important as human life. Saying that you have to, in fact, penalize farmers. The problem here always has been that none of these political parties will take the farmers on, isn't it?
In fact, Sneha, this is not to say that Punjab government and the Pollution Control Board was not taking any action against the farmers who are accused of burning this stubble. Hundreds of them have been fined, and over 24 lakhs of fine has been recovered from them. But farmers continue to burn the paddy stubble without fearing the law. They say they are not ready to accept the technology being offered to them, as the machines on which a subsidy was offered to them during the past 3 to 5 years were obsolete and were not very effective, and also not cost effective. It was costing more than 600 rupees per hectare to them. So the farmers, while at one hand have been demanding a compensation for not burning the paddy, the government on the other hand claims that it has provided nearly 1,50,000 machines to the farmers so that in situ management of the paddy can be done. But the reality is this: Punjab has been producing over 20 lakh metric tons of the stubble every year, and half of this paddy is consigned to the flames. There are claims and counter claims, but the reality is this: farmers were continuously burning the paddy stubble to clear the fields, as there is a shorter window of up to 30 days to show the next crop. The government this year had taken some steps as well. One particular variety of the rice, which was late maturing variety, has been banned in Punjab. Some measures have also been taken as regards the in situ. Some industrial units have been asked to use the stubble as a fuel. Besides establishing some other industrial units which also be using and utilizing the stubble for other purposes. But as far as the air quality index in Punjab is also concerned, in many places like Batinda, it is reaching severe, and in other towns like Jalandhar, Ludhiana, it is moderate. So people of Punjab are also paying the price for burning the paddy. On the other, the farmers who are accused of compelling a couple of officials for burning the paddy last Saturday, 2 of them have been arrested, and an FIR has already been registered against 9 farmers. More farmers can be arrested today. So the government maintains that they are taking every step to ensure that farmers do not burn the paddy.
Okay, now a series of observations from the Supreme Court of India, and we're just going to come back to you in a moment from now. Remember, we're tracking the story very closely now. Odd even scheme is a mere optics, says the Supreme Court. I'm going to go across to, in fact, Shreya for more on that. But the court has questioned the efficacy of the odd even scheme, amongst other things, spoken about the control of vehicular pollution. Stubble burning must stop in various states, says the Supreme Court. Shreya, as far as odd even scheme is concerned, the Delhi government has spoken about it, saying that at least for the time being, it's going to bring down vehicular pollution a little. But this we know is not the solution, isn't it? Not the long-term solution. Also asking questions on smoke towers not working.
Well, Sneha, these are very serious observations that are coming in from the Supreme Court, because obviously odd and even has been put in place when we have seen such pollution levels happen in the past as well. Had that offered a solution? It hasn't. And that's exactly why the Supreme Court has come forward and suggested that the odd and even looks like nothing less than an optics. Talking about the smog towers, there were enormous amount of money that was actually spent to actually put these smog towers in place. We have also got reports of these smog towers not working, and that's exactly what the Supreme Court is saying, that why aren't they working? They should be working immediately right now. There has to be an emergency mode on which the government should be working on, because time and again these discussions have happened in the past, but the solutions that have been offered we can say are nothing but nil. But clear and strict directions coming in from the Supreme Court. We only hope that with the top court taking such cognizance, there will be some speedy action taken on the part of the government, especially again why the Delhi government, because they are both in power in Delhi and Punjab and have the possibility to offer better solutions to ensure that the AQI levels can actually be drastically brought down.
Absolutely. The court has made a series of observations, and this has got to do with smog towers as well. Shreya, in fact, we put out that report showing how these smog towers were not even working. Kanu is back with us, I'm being told, from Supreme Court of India. Smog towers not working. What are you doing? Also questioning the efficacy, importantly, of the odd-even scheme that causes a great amount of inconvenience at the end of the day, isn't it, Kanu? But the court is saying that has this worked in the past as well?
Yes, Sneha, the court has, in its order, has now said that, they've taken note of the fact that the smog towers are not working. And that is why, they have summoned the TPCC chairman in the top court personally, asking for the details of how many smog towers are working or not working and why they are not working. They have also sought the meetings of all the chief secretaries of all the states will be convened positively by tomorrow, and they have to join either physically or through virtually. But the meeting has to happen tomorrow to find out what is the solution for the increasing pollution levels in the country. The Friday is what the Supreme Court is going to hear this matter again. But the Supreme Court has also asked the Delhi government as to what analysis they have done on the odd-even scheme, when they have, yesterday announced that the odd-even scheme will be implemented from next week or so on in Delhi. So the court is asking the Delhi government to prepare an analysis as to what this scheme has done in the past for the national capital, and also asking the Delhi government a report on the smog towers as well. The Supreme Court has also has also asked the chairperson to have all the real-time data available, whatever they have on the increasing pollution level. They have also asked the DPCC not to reveal this data in public, but only share it with the top court on the next date of hearing, which is November 10th, Friday. So we have to wait and watch that, what data DPCC will give to the top court, and what will be the Supreme Court's Supreme Court's view on that. Also, remember there was a sticker policy which was imposed in Delhi in the past, that certain kinds of color stickers were given to the vehicles, categorizing them as diesel and petrol. So the Supreme Court has also come down heavily on that scheme and said that, whether the scheme is only implemented in Delhi and why not in other states, when the Delhi is suffering because of the other states' pollution. So this is another thing which, the Supreme Court is saying, asking all the other states that give a report as to why the scheme is only implemented in Delhi, of identifying the speakers, the vehicles based on the stickers pasted on them. So a lot of directions from the Supreme Court to all other states now.
Absolutely. Series of instructions that have come in, but the big question is who's going to bite the bullet when it comes to farmers. Not just farmers in Punjab, Kanu, but other states as well. Rajasthan, Haryana, like we said, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh also, for example, where stubble burning continues. So obviously it's not just the responsibility of Delhi, but also of the other states that the court is hinting at.
Yes, it is the collective responsibility. This is what the Supreme Court has categorically told all the 5 states, including National Capital, that pollution is a collective responsibility and we have to find a solution. Supreme Court again and again said that, we cannot monitor this case like this. We are being monitoring this case in 2018, and this is high time. Our patience level is already up and we have to find a solution. They have also said all the states will have to work together to help the citizens of Delhi to curb this issue which comes up every year after year. The court has not only asked the Punjab government to stop sowing of the paddy, but has also asked the other states as to what measures those states are taking so that Delhi doesn't, feel the wrath of all the pollution which is coming to Delhi. The court also took a note of the fact that since the winter season is coming in Delhi, the wind becomes little heavier than usual, and that is also one of the key things. But the Supreme Court has said that the paddy sowing in Punjab has to stop because it is creating a lot of issues for the citizens of Delhi.
In fact, the court has made a series of observations as far as the solutions offered is also concerned. Importantly, questioning the efficacy of the odd-even scheme as well, because this is not the first time that this has been announced. In the past, the contribution of this bringing down vehicular pollution has been questioned by experts as well, isn't it, Kanu? Many have said it actually causes more inconvenience than benefits. Parties have gone on to, in fact, say that this is an issue of, the AAP being against a Sanatan Dharma, essentially.
Yes, you've correctly pointed out. Even the amicus curiae appointed in this case has cited an IIT study which says that the 20% pollution is because of the stubble burning, but 15% of the pollution which Delhi is facing is because of the vehicular pollution. Vehicular pollution, especially those trucks which passes through Delhi and goes to other states. So the guidelines of barring those vehicles, the trucks and all, have been only done yesterday. The court has also criticized the fact that why the Delhi government is not taking these steps at the beginning of the season when they are monitoring that the season is going to change and the pollution is going to continue. Justice Kaul, who was one of the judges on the bench, has also told the counsel for the Punjab government that he was going to Amritsar last weekend, and he could only see the fires along the roadside, and said that the fire burning, the stubble burning is a huge issue and it has to be curbed down. The Punjab government again categorically said that we are working on it and we will work on it, but we need certain funds, and that is why we are convening a meeting of all the chief secretaries from all the states so that a solution can be done. Centre will also be part of this meeting to understand the issues.
All right, I'm going to thank you, Kanu, for getting us up to speed with that. These are developments that we're reporting on from the Supreme Court of India. A series of observations on odd even, questioning whether that really works. Isn't this just optics? Stubble burning must stop, not just in Punjab, in Rajasthan, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. Questioning what the AAP is doing in Delhi, given that they have the same political party ruling in Punjab. A story and much more going up on our website too. That's indiatoday.in. You can also download the India Today app for all news and updates. Now, as we gear up for the upcoming Assembly Elections, join India Today now on WhatsApp with the #1 election team. You can scan the QR code that you see on your screens right now and get all the best ground reports and all our exclusive stories. Thank you for watching.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest. Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
दिल्ली के अंदर वाहनों के पोल्यूशन को कम करने के लिए जो पीओसी को चेक करने का अभियान ट्रांसपोर्ट डिपार्टमेंट और ट्रैफिक पुलिस ने किया है, आप जानते हैं कि जो पीओसी वायलेशन होता है 10,000 रुपए का फाइन लगता है। 1, 2, 3 ग्रैब के दौरान 28,471 चालान जो है वो किए गए, जिससे कि लोगों में पीओसी को लेकर के जो पोल्यूटेड गाड़ियां हैं उनको कंट्रोल किया जा सके। जो चूंकि ये संभावना दिख रही है कि दिवाली के बाद प्रदूषण का स्तर बढ़ सकता है, उसको देखते हुए दिल्ली के अंदर दिवाली के अगले दिन 13 नवंबर से 20 नवंबर तक एक हफ्ते का जो है वो ऑड इवन फार्मूला जो है वो दिल्ली में जो है लागू किया जाएगा। ये 13 दिवाली के अगले दिन 13 नवंबर से शुरू होगा और 20 तारीख तक वो चलेगा। उस एक सप्ताह के ऑड इवन की समीक्षा करके उस समय जो प्रदूषण की स्थिति होगी उसकी समीक्षा करके फिर आगे का निर्णय लिया जाएगा।
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 32 and minimum 17 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 33 and minimum 26 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 31 and minimum 20 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 26 and minimum 20 degrees. Chennai, maximum 30 and minimum 26 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 28 and minimum 21 degrees.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
It is not just affecting your lungs or causing you breathlessness. There is enough evidence and more to show that air pollution is actually causing a lot more damage to different organs of our body. Much more damage than we can actually imagine. In fact, there is evidence to now show that air pollution is also affecting the unborn child in the mother's womb. It's also leading to dementia. This report gives a sense of the kind of problems that air pollution is causing in the short run and in the long term. It is not just your eyes that are watering, or the disgusting stench of smoke in the air. It is not just the breathing difficulties you face at this time of the year. Long-time exposure to air pollution kills you silently, and this has been documented. Delhi NCR's air quality continues to be in the very poor category as the region's average air quality index stayed above 350. And it is not just Delhi. Most Indian cities have air which is not worth breathing. Here is why an air quality index of over 100 should alarm not just you but also wake political decision makers from their slumber. It has gone way beyond worsening asthma and reducing lung capacity. Air pollution has reached the womb. Scientists find pollution is reaching babies in the womb and slashing boys' future sperm counts. You heard that right. We are harming unborn babies. Man-made pollution is making unborn children very ill even before they've taken their first breath. Doctors for the longest time have believed that air pollution has an impact on fetal health, and this research, amongst many more, just validates those fears.
Telangana have undoubtedly played a massive role in the Telangana formation. They've been part of the freedom struggle, but it's sad that they are not spoken about as much as the men who've struggled for this movement.
I feel the acceptability of a woman among the leadership position is a bit low.
We are multifaceted. We can take care of the family, we can do our work, we take care of the children. I think we can do it all. We are far, far, far better than the men.
KCR's government has literally
crushed the women population in Telangana. It's the BRS which has kept the women out, kept the men in. It is a Dorala party, as they say. It's a man's party, you know. It's the woman's budget. It's the woman's decision which is going to decide the verdict of this elections in Telangana.
This is all I've grasped. Follow me with me, Nabila Jamal, in this special to find out what the women of Telangana really want.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Pooja Shali, and with Nabila Jamal and I, we'll continue to bring you the big election telecast from different states right now. And remember, it is Chhattisgarh and Mizoram today, phase 1. We'll get you all the latest. First, the headlines. Phase 1 of voting in Chhattisgarh and Mizoram underway. Chhattisgarh witnessing a brisk voting queues in the Naxal hotbed too. The northeastern state of Mizoram witnesses 32% and over voting till 11 a.m. Prime Minister Modi's huge Mahadev app attack on Bhupesh Baghel claims illegal betting is in the name of Mahadev. Says Congress got your kids into the betting racket.
कांग्रेस ने अपनी तिजोरी भरने के लिए आपके बच्चों से सट्टेबाजी करवाई है.
Meanwhile, in the southern state of election-bound Telangana, Congress chief Revant Reddy to fight against KCR. Revant Reddy versus KCR battle in the Kamareddy constituency will be a high-stakes battle for both. It's a Supreme Court rap for Delhi pollution villains. The Supreme Court has termed the odd-even rule mere optics. Orders Punjab to stop the crop burning right away. Tragic hate crime in USA. A Jewish man succumbs to injuries in United States of America's California after he was hit in the head by a pro-Palestine protester. 65-year-old elderly man dead.
Co-presented by आपका जॉय भारत का जॉय, जॉय ई-बाइक. Co-powered by Parul University, Vadodara, Gujarat.
And India today has its #1 election team on the ground. I'm now going across to Telangana, where Nabila Jamal is to tell us about not only, of course, the Chhattisgarh and Mizoram elections that are kick-starting, but Telangana too, which are going to be very high stakes. Over to you, Nabila.
Thank you, Pooja. I'm right now at the very beautiful state of Telangana, Hyderabad. This is the state secretariat area, and at the far end there, you see that structure, which is basically a martyrs memorial. It was built in honor of many of those fighters, the people who struggled for the freedom struggle for Telangana. A lot of them lost their lives. So in honor of them, that's a memorial that's been built for the Telangana freedom fighters. Well, as I'm right here at ground zero, I'm bringing you all the latest updates coming in from the state of Telangana as elections is fast approaching November 30th, and it's going to be a very interesting fight between the BRS and the Congress, which is seeing a real resurgence in the state of Telangana. Of course, in this special, a host of other political stories, but let me start straight with Asaduddin Owaisi, who hails from this very bastion of Hyderabad. He's now taken on Rahul Gandhi, dared Rahul Gandhi that if you have the guts, then come to Hyderabad and contest. Well, in all the more, while speaking exclusively to India Today, Asaduddin Owaisi has said that Rahul Gandhi has no political maturity. He has zero political maturity. He suffers from selective amnesia. This is the big update coming in as Asaduddin Owaisi now facing off with Rahul Gandhi directly. And this comes right on the heels of Telangana elections, where the Congress is really trying to consolidate their Muslim vote base. Precisely what Asaduddin Owaisi has captured for so long. The Muslim votes, by and large, in the state of Telangana, goes to the AIMIM. The Congress this time, just like what it did in Karnataka, is trying to consolidate the Muslim votes. AIMIM giving a direct challenge to Rahul Gandhi here, that if you have the guts, then come to Telangana, come to Hyderabad and contest in Hyderabad. That's a challenge that he's given to Rahul Gandhi, while also saying that Rahul Gandhi lacks political maturity and suffers from selective amnesia. In fact, I myself spoke to Asaduddin Owaisi on the Congress resurgence here in the state of Telangana and the party's bid to try and draw the Muslim votes from the AIMIM. How does Asaduddin Owaisi view it? Let's cut across to this exclusive chat. So how are you going to help uplift the Muslim community in let's speak of Telangana itself?
Well, we all these examples which I have given to you.
Yeah, you said, just to interrupt you, do you call yourself right or secular? Since you say BJP is right, are you right or are you secular?
I am the one who believes in the Constitution of India. I am the one who does not believe in discrimination. I am the one who believes in equality. I am the one who says that this country has no religion. This country celebrates even people who don't believe in religion. I am the one who, and my party believes that whether it's Muslim, Dalit, Adivasi or voiceless people must get their share in power.
Yeah.
Whereas my nationalism is Indian nationalism. And my party didn't open the locks of Babri Masjid. It was Kamal Nath who said Rahul Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi did that. It is not our party. It is the Congress party. So I am hopeful that come January, Mr. Narendra Modi will take Rahul Gandhi along with him. And take him along. Mr. Modi should not do the honors alone. He should take Rahul Gandhi also.
You've challenged Rahul Gandhi to contest.
Yeah. Because he comes and talks nonsense. That man has no political maturity at all. He has a selective political, he's suffering from selective political amnesia. He says, I went to Assam and contested Tripura. I have never contested. He says, BJP gives me money. No.
I'm going to ask you that very commonly asked question, B team of the BJP.
It doesn't matter. Because my name is Asaduddin Owaisi, I happen to have a beard and a cap on my head. So Rahul Gandhi takes the liberty of making all these stupid allegations. Would he say the same thing to Scindia? Why? Because his name is Naxal-hit Bastar. Would he say the same to Jatin Prasad?
He says it to Arvind Kejriwal.
No.
That AAP is a B team.
No. Arvind Kejriwal, what he says? Has he said taken money? Mr. Rahul Gandhi's whole idea, he sees things to prism of money. I maybe suffer something from these financial issues, but why take it on me? If you have some problems, please go to your party president or your party leaders and talk to them. But we supported them during nuclear deal. What money was given to us? Please tell us. What money was given to us? They have no proof. So Rahul Gandhi does a politics of entitlement. And I want to tell the Congress party, those days of Nehru Parivar have gone. This is a country which believes in any political leader who is willing to work hard. Those days have gone. Forget about it.
They fielded Azharuddin in Jubilee. They have a bunch of minority Muslim candidates.
No, people don't know who is he. Who is he? What is he? He had played for India in 99 Test, a fantastic batsman. But as a politician, he was a failure. Why didn't they give him Moradabad? He was an MP for Moradabad. Yeah. He was not repeated. And moreover, his tenure as the president of HCA has been mired in controversies, in corruption. It's not an issue. Our candidate is there. Our candidate will defeat and become an MLA from, inshallah, from Jubilee Hills.
All right, Asaduddin Owaisi there with his sharp attacks. In fact, as part of that conversation, which we may have missed out to play for you, where he says Rahul Gandhi suffers from selective amnesia and lacks political maturity. In fact, he has no political maturity. These are sharp words as he strikes at Rahul Gandhi in a state of Telangana where the Congress is trying to make a hard comeback. Nagarjun Dwarkadar joining me here, very closely tracking the developments here in Telangana. Nagarjun, Owaisi is trying all that he can. Of course, the Muslim vote in the state of Telangana usually lean towards the AIMIM. He's doing everything he can to keep it consolidated. The Congress now posing a threat or so? OAC says it's no threat, but one can be sure that the Congress seems to be gaining steam, especially after its whopping victory with the absolute majority that it got in Karnataka. Tell us more.
That's absolutely true, Nabila. In fact, Congress is heavily banking on the minority votes, and that's the reason why they're directly attacking AIMIM and Mr. OAC as well. In Karnataka, what they saw was the sweep was because of minority en masse voted for the Congress party, and if that repeats in Telangana also, the Congress can come back to power is what they feel, and hence they are saying that Mr. OAC is B team of BJP and he's taking money from BJP is what the Congress has been saying, that it's a three-way pact. BJP, BRS and MIM are together is what the Congress is saying, while Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi is saying it's nafrat that Rahul Gandhi and Congress party is showing because I have a beard and I belong to the certain community. And that's the reason why Congress is attacking me and my party members. While after the Prime Minister came and spoke that KCR wanted to be a part of NDA, since then, there is some ripple effect among the minority voters that do we support BRS or not? And that's why the Congress is trying to encash more with this community.
All right. Well, Nagarjun, do stay with us. We also know that AIMIM President Asaduddin Owaisi, as he strikes at Rahul Gandhi, attacks Rahul Gandhi over allegations that AIMIM takes money from BJP and fields candidates against the Congress. Basically, what the Congress has been saying for long, AIMIM is a BJP B team, and all the funding for AIMIM to contest elections is coming from the BJP. Now, Owaisi has questioned Rahul Gandhi how much money he has taken to lose elections from Amethi Lok Sabha constituency. A real direct attack at Rahul Gandhi for losing his long-standing constituency of Amethi. Owaisi has challenged Rahul Gandhi to contest elections here in Hyderabad, like I did mention. Let's cut across to that reaction from them.
जहां भी कांग्रेस पार्टी चुनाव लड़ती है, महाराष्ट्र कानिवंडी, राजस्थान कानिवंडी, उत्तर प्रदेश, जहां भी हम जाते हैं, उत्तर प्रदेश गानी ఎక్కడైనా कांग्रेस पार्टी पोटी చేస్తే वहां पे जादू से एमआईएम के कैंडिडेट आ जाते हैं. అక్కడ सडन గా एमआईएम कैंडिडेट प्रत्यक्षमవుతారు और सारे के सारे कैंडिडेट जो आते हैं वो बीजेपी की मदद करने वाले कैंडिडेट आते हैं. तो ये भी एमआईएम वाले लोग पैसा लेकर 24 घंटा बीजेपी की मदद करते हैं.
ओवैसी साहब, आप अपना फर्ज बखूबी निभा रहे हैं. जो आपको मैं हमेशा कहता हूं, जाने या अनजाने, आप वही बोलते हैं जो आपका जुड़वा भाई भाजपा आपसे बुलवाना चाहती है. दोनों जुड़वा भाई के लिए पूरे देश में आचरण करते हैं, एक दूसरे के पूरक हैं. हम वहाँ असेंबली भी 3/4 बहुमत से, नहीं तो 2/3 बहुमत से जीतेंगे, और हैदराबाद में तो हम जीत ही रहे हैं. हर आदमी दुखी है जो आपका समर्थक भी है कि आप बिल्कुल जाने अनजाने स्पोक पर्सन बन गए हैं बीजेपी के.
All right. Now, we saw AIMIM, who's an ally of the BRS here in the state of Telangana, and they've really seen power, enjoyed power for 10 years. Now the Congress really seems to be trying to gain inroads in the state. And to threaten KCR, the Chief Minister of Telangana, K. Chandrasekhar Rao, the Congress has decided that they're going to be fielding their Congress chief, the president of the Congress party here in Telangana, Raman Reddy, against KCR. So this is the big update as the Congress has released its third list of candidates for Telangana. They have now positioned Raman Reddy opposite KCR in the constituency of Kamareddy. So this is huge. In fact, both KCR and Raman Reddy are going to be contesting 2 seats each. The Telangana Congress president now will be challenging KCR in Kamareddy constituency and also will be vying for the Kodangal seat where he last time, 2018 assembly, he faced a defeat there. KCR, on the other hand, is of course contesting Kamareddy and also will be contesting from Kajwel seat where he's going to be, his tough opposition there is a BJP candidate from that constituency who he won over the last time. Now, Raman Reddy itself, meanwhile, speaking to India Today, has said that Congress will win this upcoming November 30th polls. And that's a foregone conclusion. He's super sure that the Congress is coming back because of the pulse, or rather several internal surveys that show that Congress's vote share, seat share or rather vote share, is going to increase exponentially from what it was in 2018. The Congress now releasing a parody video with KCR lookalike to target the BRS government, and also seeing a change for the state of Telangana. Basically trying to say that KCR, Tata bye-bye. It's about time that KCR goes away and the Congress is coming back to power.
ప్రజలారా నమస్తే. ఈసారి కూడా మాకు ఓటేస్తే మేము చేసేటి వాగ్దానాలన్నీ ఏంది భయ్యా ఇది? ఇంటింటికి గవర్నమెంట్ జాబులు, మీ భూములు, మీ పొలాలు.
कांग्रेस पार्टी जीतने वाले तेलंगाना में कांग्रेस पार्टी जीतने वाले, सरकार बनाने वाले, गरीब लोगों को मदद करने के लिए लोग आप देखे नॉमिनेशन में कितने लोग हैं. इसका माहौल हर कोने कोने पे तेलंगाना में यही माहौल है.
सर, आने वाले चुनाव को लेकर कोडंगल के लिए क्या होगा, खास करके तेलंगाना के लिए क्या मुद्दे होंगे? बीआरएस काफी भारी तौर पर घेर रही है.
बराबर, ये कोडंगल का निशान है, कोडंगल का शान है. कोडंगल के एक बेटा अब इतना बड़ा होकर अब तेलंगाना में पूरा चुनाव जितवाने के लिए हम तैयार हो गए. हर कार्यकर्ता एक रेवंत रेड्डी है. कोडंगल में कांग्रेस पार्टी को यही लोग जिताने वाले हैं.
कालेश्वरम का जो इश्यू अभी चल रहा है सर, क्या लग रहा है कि इस इश्यू को उठाया जाएगा और क्या मुद्दा होने वाले आगे के कुछ दिन बहुत अहम होने वाले हैं, तो क्या क्या मुद्दे उठाए जाएंगे?
जैसा कालेश्वरम कोलैप्स हो गए वैसे ही केसीआर की सरकार और केसीआर के परिवार कोलैप्स होने वाले हैं. मोदी जी जितना भी मदद करके उनको बचाने के लिए कोशिश कर रहे वो नाकामयाब हो जाए.
All right, well, there you have it. Revanth Reddy there, very sure that he's going to ensure the Congress party will win in the state of Telangana. Apurva joining us, who's also following the campaign trails of the Congress leaders. Apurva, this is going to be a huge development in terms of Revanth Reddy now being fielded against KCR. It's certainly significant because it seems like the Congress plans to lock KCR and his focus completely in Kamareddy constituency so that he loses focus elsewhere. They are trying to basically lock him in that one constituency as now Revanth Reddy decides to fight him in that very bastion. Tell us more on how would this affect KCR's prospects. Is the BRS threatened at all?
Well, Nabila, it's going to be a very tough battle here, for KCR. We're seeing strong contenders there. Revanth Reddy on one side, who's going to be contesting from Kamareddy, the same place where KCR is also going to be contesting from. Remember, top leaders, be it from Congress or the BJP, they are going to be contesting from two constituencies just as similar to that of, the Chief Minister, KCR. Remember, KCR's turf is already Gajwal, which we all know that the CM, he as a candidate has won hands down effortlessly. But now Kamareddy, it's going to be a new strategy that the BRS has now deployed, now making sure that the CM is going to be standing from two constituencies, that is Gajwal and Kamareddy as well. Now what's going to be the plan of action for Revanth Reddy? That's going to be interesting to see, because remember, Kodangal is already his turf. He's already won from there several times, and now to see if it's going to be KCR versus Revanth Reddy at Kamareddy, it's going to be something very important to see. Definitely a battle that's going to be quite challenging and quite interesting to look out for also, because remember, Kamareddy is one such area that has many factors that is going to be influencing it. We have also KCR and the kind of work that we're seeing the BRS government has brought in over the last couple of years, and on the other side we see the Congress and its flagship 6 or 7 promises that they have promised in this upcoming election should the Congress come to power. So we're going to see if it's going to be KCR's Jadoo, KCR's Karishma, or is it going to be the Congress's 6 promises that's going to take the cake. Definitely an interesting battle in Kamareddy. All hands down, all eyes on Kamareddy. In fact, Nabila, I should say.
Absolutely, we're going to see how the Congress really tackles this. This was once a bastion of the Congress. If you know, the Telangana itself was a bastion of the Congress. They intend to come back to power here, but KCR has a strong hold, undoubtedly. As much as anyone would want to wish them away, it's for sure that KCR's welfare schemes have been mighty popular with the people on ground. But it's also a fact that they have an inevitable challenge of anti-incumbency. Now to take on the BRS, not only the Congress, of course the BJP is determined this time to increase its vote share. And what the BJP is doing, it's trying to gain support or ally basically with Pawan Kalyan, who's a superstar in his own right in the Telugu film industry, film star, and has also floated his own party called the Janasena. After basically quaking parts of Andhra Pradesh, he's now landed in Telangana. Pawan Kalyan is hoping to seat share with the BJP. They're going to be contesting elections together. So with what kind of dent with Pawan Kalyan and the BJP, Janasena and the BJP make collectively to the BRS's vote bank here? Let's have a quick look at this detailed report on this nice drama that's playing out ahead of elections here in the state.
It is now official that the Jan Sena is contesting the Telangana election in alliance with the BJP. But the big question is, will the power start help BJP come to power? Jan Sena is a political party with interests in Andhra Pradesh and nil presence in Telangana. Power star Pawan Kalyan's presence in the Telangana political landscape is not just a Telangana story. It is intricately entwined with the extremely hostile politics of the neighbouring state. A part of BJP's strategy is to shore up its fortunes in constituencies which have a significant population of people hailing from Andhra Pradesh. These are the constituencies mainly in and around Hyderabad and in Nalgonda and Khammam districts. Pawan is scheduled to share the stage with Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 7th November in Hyderabad. Not only will this help the BJP to tap into his fan base, but will also make it tricky for Kalyan to rupture his relationship with the BJP 5 months from now, should the BJP continue to frown on his political friendship with the TDP. But what does Pawan Kalyan bring to the table? Of course, his stature as an extremely popular actor and his youth connect. 2. The Munuru Kapu is a significant segment among the OBC vote in Telangana, so his presence on the NDA campaign stage can be used by the BJP to tap into this community vote. More so when the BJP has announced that if it comes to power in Telangana, the state will see a backward class chief minister. 3. BJP Telangana chief Kishan Reddy revealed that the Jan Sena had lent a helping hand to his party in the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation elections in December 2020, in which the Saffron Party had done exceedingly well and would therefore like a repeat performance. 4. And the most significant aspect is that even though the BJP has no truck with the TDP, it wants Jan Sena to leverage its relationship with Chandrababu Naidu in order to ensure that the TDP vote in Telangana gets transferred to the NDA and not to the Congress. But will the Jan Sena set the Godavari on fire? Electorally speaking, we will know on 3rd of December. With T.S. Sudhir, Bureau Report, India Today.
Quickly cut across to ex-cricketer and Congress Neta Azharuddin basically slamming the Hyderabad cricket body. So basically Azharuddin has been alleged of corruption while he was the chief of the Hyderabad Cricket Board. And at this point, the big news coming in that Azharuddin says he's going to respond to the legal allegations or respond to the allegations that have been leveled against him. And he will take this up legally. This is the big update coming in as Azharuddin has been booked for siphoning off funds. He's been accused of manipulating funds that came into the Hyderabad Cricket Board. The Congress candidate from Jubilee Hills has been booked. And as he seeks bail, he says, I will challenge this legally. He's spoken exclusively to my colleague Abdul Bashir. Let's have a listen. This is an exclusive chat after the allegations leveled against him.
You have become a star. You are already a star campaigner, but right now in this assembly elections, the complete focus is on you because you are contesting from Jubilee Hills. Today we have seen that MIM has announced their candidate for Azharuddin here. So what do you have to say? Earlier Congress had been alleging that MIM is doing a spoiler sport. Wherever Congress candidates are strong, they are fielding their candidates what is being alleged. So what do you have to say?
No, that is going to be the case always, because it has always happened before also.
But actually when I am on the ground, I have to fight anybody and everybody. So I am really looking forward to working towards the betterment of this Jubilee Hills constituency. Let anybody give. Once you are on the field, you have to, be prepared for everything. But I am very happy that I am getting good response from the people of Jubilee Hills here. It's very I am very touched by the way the people have come out, and then from every community, the people are very happy that they want me to be the MLA from here, and they know that I will deliver because I have already delivered. They also know that I have delivered in Moradabad. They worked very hard in the constituency in Moradabad, and I think I've been going around. There are a lot of, people are disappointed with the way the, work has happened in the last 10 years. I think the MLA has only done what he's done is only instill fear in the people's heart here, and then anybody who does anything, he just, puts false cases, and then rowdyism, gundaism, all these things is happening, because so many people from BRS have joined our party, they've been threatened by this person, it's very, it's very unbecoming of an MLA, you cannot do like that, because you have to make sure that people live safe, people live together.
All right. We see all the newsmakers right here on India Today as they get up for the heated elections coming up. But really, when it comes down to the people voting for these political parties, it's their interests that needs to be addressed first. What do the women of Telangana want? And they are the focus here because the women ultimately are the ones who decide who their family vote. As much as the men might be in the forefront, it's ultimately the women making those decisions. Telangana women who are, yes, very soft as they appear, but very strong in your mind, thriving in every field of work, and have really formed this wonderful society and ecosystem here in the state. But yet they believe that there are a few things lacking and things that can be addressed by the governments of the day. Let me cut across to a bunch of principals of different universities here in Hyderabad who've spoken exclusively to India Today on what women of Telangana want. We know for a fact that the women are the real deciding factor when it comes to elections. As much as the men may be in front of the cameras or leading the pack, it's ultimately the women's decision that really prevails. I have with me a bunch of empowered women here in Telangana, Hyderabad, who really have an opinion or two